meeting held last September 4, 2024. Is there any motion?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Ako?
may I respectfully move that we dispense with the readings of the minutes of the meeting held on September 4, 2024 and consider it as approved. So move, Mr. Chair.
There
Second,
is a
Mr. Chair.
motion
Second, Mr. Chair.
to dispense with the calling of the roll. Dispense with the reading of the minutes of the last hearing we had in September 4, 2024 and consider the approval of the same. Duly seconded. Hearing no objection, the motion is carried. To our dear honorable members, please allow the chair to deliver his opening remarks. Esteemed colleagues, to our Senior Deputy Speaker, Congressman Dong Gonzales, our Deputy Speaker, Kong J.J. Suarez, to my co-chairs and vice-chairs, guests and resource persons, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. As we continue with our Quadcom hearing, we likewise continue with our quest for answers, for the truth, for justice, and for peaceful endings and closures to issues that plague our nation. We continue to hope for lasting solutions as well so that the issues that now haunt us will never happen again. In our past hearings, we have established the following. First, syndicates flood our country with drugs in connivance with corrupt government employees and officials. To address this, a major bill is pending before us proposing important amendments to the Dangerous Drugs Act. Hopefully, Congress will pass it to law before the 19th Congress ends. Next, we have seen and heard how both the innocent and the guilty were summarily executed, all in the name of cleansing the country with drug personalities. Accounts vary and reliable reports are hard to get. Until now, vital documents have to be subpoenaed just so the truth can see the light of day. We will be patient. We will be steadfast in our resolve and make no mistake about it. Today, as we continue to probe the issue on the extrajudicial killings, we shall endeavor to pluck the truth from the pile of lies and make our case in order to give justice and peace to the souls of those who perished in the dark of night while the nation watched in fear and deadly silence. Nananawagan kami sa mga iba pang may nalalaman sa mga karumal-dumal na mga pangyayari kung saan naaabuso ng iilang na gamit ng mga kawani ng gobyerno ang kanilang kapangyarihan at saglit na nakalimot sa sinumpaang tungkulin na protektahan ang sambayanan sa mga kalaban ng batas. Narito po kami handang makinig sa inyong sasabihin. Sa mga nakalipas na pagdinig, ipinakita namin sa inyo na ang mga nagpapahayag ng mga testimonya ay pawang mga taong may direktang kaalaman o partisipasyon sa mga bagay-bagay na isinisiwalat dito. Wala pong chismis o marites na lumalabas dito. Wala pong mga hearsay. Lahat po ng inilalabas dito ay metikulosong hinihimay, sinisiyasat, at sinisiguradong katotohanan at pawang katotohanan lamang. Wala pong pamumulitika dito sa investigasyong ito. When we started hearing the Mexico Pampanga drug bust in 2023, we never thought that it would grow this big. What we hit was but the tip of the iceberg. Where this ends is a solution we are all prepared to face, yet dread. We have opened a Pandora's box, so to speak. There is no turning back, only courage to move forward. Ang inyo pong patuloy na interes sa panunood at pakikinig sa amin ang siyang nagbibigay ng lakas ng loob sa amin upang mapagpatuloy na hanapin ang katotohanan at maibalik ang katahimikan sa ating lipunan. Tulungan po ninyo kami para sa kapakanan nating lahat. Puksain natin ang iligal na droga na siyang salot na sumisira sa ating bayan at sa ating mga pamilya. Isumbong niyo po sa Quadcom ang mga pang-aabuso at pagmamalabis na nagaganap sa maling pagpapatupad ng mga batas. Kami po ay inyong kakampi at kasangga. Magandang umaga. Good morning to all our colleagues and to our resource persons as well. The next to deliver his opening remarks is our chair of the Committee on Human Rights, Congressman Benny Abante. You are recognized.
Sa atin pong Senior Deputy Speaker Dong Gonzales, sa ating Deputy Speaker JJ Suarez, sa mga kasamahan kong Quadcom Co-Chair, Vice Chair, at sa atin pong mga pinagpipitagan ng mga kasama rito sa ating Kongreso. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Thou shalt not kill. This is the seventh commandment of God. As written in the Bible, which is also the penal code of the nation of Israel in the Old Testament. And as I quote in Leviticus 24:17, whosoever takes a human life shall surely be put to death. End of quote. Deuteronomy 27:25, as I quote, cursed be anyone who takes a bribe to shed innocent blood. End of quote. And finally, in Genesis chapter 9, verses 5 to 6, and I quote, and for your lifeblood I will require a reckoning. This Quadcom is now the reckoning. From every beast I will require it, and from man. From his fellow man I will require a reckoning for the life of man. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed, for God made man in his own image. Today's hearing of the Joint Committee will focus on the extrajudicial killings committed as a consequence of the anti-illegal drugs policy implemented under the administration of the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. The Committee on Human Rights, prior to the creation of this Joint Committee, conducted a total of 6 hearings in aid of legislation to finally determine, after 8 long years, the truth behind the bloody drug war. The committee has endeavored to find out whether the fundamental rights to life, liberty, and property have been upheld, whether the state, as the primary duty bearer to promote, protect, and fulfill human rights obligation, has faithfully done its duties, and whether our domestic laws and international human rights laws, treaties, and conventions to which the Philippines is a state party have been fully and properly observed. The Philippine Constitution is very explicit as it states in Article 3, Section 1 of the Bill of Rights, and I quote, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Without due process of law. May I repeat this? Without due process of law. Nor shall any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. End of quote. But this constitutional provision, my dear colleagues and friends, the very heart and soul of the Bill of Rights, was transgressed. Reported deaths and 345,216 arrested in police operations, as cited by the National Union of People's Lawyers, to the report of Attorney Jose Manuel Jocno of Free Legal Assistance Group, stating unassailable data obtained from the Supreme Court and Bank extended resolution relative to the Almora versus Philippine National Police case GR 234359 2017, which indicated that the Duterte administration's anti-drug campaign from July 1, 2016 to November 27, 2017 recorded a total of 20,322 deaths, or a daily average of 39.46 deaths. The 2017 year-end accomplishment report of the Duterte administration highlighted as key accomplishments the deaths of 3,967 drug personalities who died in anti-drug operations and 16,355 homicide cases under investigation as of 30 September 2017. Meanwhile, PNP spokesman Bernard Bannock reported a total of 29,000 deaths probed, committed by perpetrators, both known and unknown, as of 06 March 2019. The testimonies of Chief Senior Superintendent Gerardo Padilla and the persons deprived of liberty, Andy Magdadado and Leopoldo Tan, in the previous hearings have only affirmed that violent killings did not only occur outside the walls of prisons, but also within the jail premises. This representation, with all of my colleagues and my co-chairman in the Quad Committee, wish to push the inquiry further. I dare and call upon the families of victims to come out in the open and testify before this joint committee with unbridled courage and conviction, and help us pursue truth and justice for the sake of your children, parents, and spouses whom you have lost without due process of law or equal protection of the laws. Please allow us, your representatives in Congress, to help you seek justice for your loved ones in the most beneficent, humane, and lawful manner that we could. And I also believe that not only must laws be reviewed, amended, or enacted in this inquiry, but that Congress must be enabled to fully exercise its inherent oversight functions over the mandates, systems, and processes of the entire bureaucracy, and ensure that the human rights and dignity of our Filipino people are restored, respected, and preserved without any reservation. It is high time that we hold to account the perpetrators of those human rights violations and who have created a culture of impunity in what we may now describe as one of the darkest periods of our history. But in order to achieve this, we need the full cooperation and support of the victims and their families as we work relentlessly for the rule of law and a regime of truth, justice, and freedom. Nais ko pong ulitin ang binanggit ng ating lead chair tungkol sa pag-iimbita sa mga nakakaalam ng SOG's killings na ito dito sa Quadcom upang lalo nating mapaigi ang ating investigasyon. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Congressman Benny Abante. The next to deliver his opening remarks is the Chair of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, Congressman Dan Fernandez. You are recognized.
In the spirit of time, Mr. Chairman, I'll be submitting this to the COMSEC.
Thank you
so much.
Congressman Fernandez. The next to deliver his opening remarks is Congressman Joseph Caraps Paduano, the Chair of the Committee on Public Accountability. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The same as my motion during the previous hearing. I have with me a copy of my opening remarks, and I respectfully submit my opening remarks to the COMSEC for purposes of records, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. May we now direct the Committee Secretary to please acknowledge all the members of this honorable committee present in our committee hearing today. COMSEC.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. Today, we have with us the honorable members of the Joint Committee. we have with us, aside from our chairperson, Robert Ace Barbers, we also have Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Dong Gonzalez Jr., Chairperson Danis Fernandez of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, Chairperson Joseph Stephen Caraps Paduano of the Committee on Public Accounts, Chairperson Bienvenido M. Abante Jr. of the Committee on Human Rights, Representative Romeo M. Acop, Representative Deputy Speaker David J.J. Suarez, Representative Jonathan Keith T. Flores, Representative Johnny T. Pimentel, Representative Faustino Michael Carlos D. III, Representative Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez, Representative Yasser, Deputy Speaker Yasser Alonto Adjong, Representative Jerville Jinky Beatrix R. Luistro, Representative Franz Castro, Representative Sirio Dagook, Representative Renante Arrogancia, Representative Zia Alonto Adjong, Representative Lianda Bolilia, Representative Francisco Paulo Ortega V, Representative Gabriel Bordado Jr., Representative Ray Reyes, Representative Raul Daniel Manuel, Representative Seriaco Gato Jr., Representative Arnan Panaligan, Representative Ernesto Junicio Jr., Representative Edward Maceda, Representative Joseph Arturo Jojo Garcia Jr., Representative Joseph Jojo Lara, Representative Presley De Jesus, Representative Janet Garin, Representative Amparo Maria Zamora, Representative Chino Miguel Almario, Representative Bonifacio Bosita, Representative Ching Bernos. That's all for the members present, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. For our resource persons, we have with us from the Commission on Human Rights, the chairperson, Attorney Richard P. Palpal Latok. From the Department of the Interior and Local Government, we have Undersecretary Juan Victor Llamas. From the Department of Justice, we have with us Senior Deputy State Prosecutor Marcia Haugan. From the Bureau of Corrections, or Bucor, Director General Gregorio Catapang Jr., Senior Inspector Noni Foro, Senior Chief Inspector Jerome M. Glaze, and CSO1 Ramel N. Villajos. From the National Police Commission, we have the Vice Chairperson and CEO Alberto A. Bernardo. And also we have the former NAPOLCOM Commissioner Edelberto Leonardo. From the National Bureau of Investigation, we have Attorney Angelito DLP Magno, the Assistant Director for Investigation, Attorney Ross Jonathan V. Galicia, the Chief of the Anti-Drug Division, Attorney Dennis Victor Asistio, Attorney Florendo Gamunac, Attorney J. Erorita, Attorney Joselito Valle, and also Attorney Ruben Aison Jr. from the Office of the Solicitor General. From the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, we have with us the Director General, Moro Virgilio M. Lazo, Attorney Francis S. Del Valle, Director 3 Wardley Hitalia of the Plans and Operations of the PIDEA. From the Philippine National Police, we have Police Brigadier General Eleazar Mata, Police Colonel Marvin Marcos, Police Colonel Carlito Grijaldo, Police Lieutenant Colonel Jovi Espinido, and Attorney Brigido De Jesus Dulay. We also invited the non-government organizations, advocates for human rights. We have with us from the Center for International Law, Attorney Joel Butuyan. From the Free Legal Assistance Group, or FLAG, Attorney Jose Manuel I. Jokno, its chairperson. From the National Union of People's Lawyers, Attorney Neri Javier Colmenares. From the Rise Up for Life and for Rights, we have Father Manuel Gatchalian, Mr. Manuel Mogato, and Deaconess Robeline Litaw. We also invited former government officials, and we have with us Police Major General Albert Ferro, Police Colonel Rowena M. Garma, that's all, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors. And yeah, we have another representative who came in, Representative Ron P. Salo.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Comsec. Before we proceed with the interpellation of the members, may I ask who among our resource persons present who have not taken their oath yet, Comsec? And after which, please administer the oath of those resource persons who have not taken their oath yet.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Those who have attended this meeting for the first time, please stand. And please stand for your oath. And please raise your right hand for your oath. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this congressional inquiry, so help you God? Thank you, Your Honors. Mr. Chairman, you may take your seats, please.
Okay, thank you. Before, again, we proceed with the committee hearing, may we ask the Honorable Vice Chair of these four standing committees to please state for the record the ground rules for our committee hearing today. And with that, may I call on Congressman Romy Acop, the Chair of the Committee on Transportation, to please state for the record the ground rules for today's committee hearing. Congressman Acop, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee would just like to remind our committee members, other House members, and our resource persons that if they want to make statements or ask questions, the resource persons are given 5 minutes for their presentation. And for our committee and House members, they will be given 10 minutes each for their interpellation, excluding the answers of the resource persons. No member except the lead chairperson or the presiding officer shall be allowed to speak or make interjections during the course of the interpellation of a member unless and until recognized by the lead chairperson or the presiding officer. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Acop. I hope the ground rules are clear, and we would like to give the opportunity to the members to propound questions while no interjections, no interruptions, and that is the promise of the Quad. Now, may we also ask if our resource persons present, like Colonel Rowena Garma, do you have a lawyer with you? And may we ask your lawyer to enter his appearance before this committee hearing?
Yes, Your Honor. Emerito Kilang, I'm entering my appearance as counsel for Miss Garma, Your Honor. I'm based in Tuguegarao City. My roll number is 31961.
Okay, thank you, Attorney
Kilang, Your
Kilang.
Honor. Yes, Your
Attorney
Honor.
Kilang, sorry. Let me just remind you that the role of the counsel of the witness is limited only to advising her of her rights.
I had read the rules, Your Honor.
You cannot coach her.
Yeah.
You cannot answer in her behalf. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat po. Now, may we also ask Attorney Kilang to please occupy the seat behind the witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because the seats are reserved for resource persons and witnesses which we called to appear before this committee.
Yes, Your Honor. I will do
Thank
that,
you.
Your Honor.
Paige, can you please provide a chair for Attorney Kilang.
Mr.
Okay,
Chair,
let us now proceed with the administrative matters. Congressman Paduano. Oh,
yes,
Congressman
Mr. Chair,
Pimentel.
that is precisely what I was pointing at. Before we proceed to the interpellation, can we tackle some matters? May I inquire from the COMSEC if SPO for Art Narsoles is present?
Comsec?
Mr. Chairman.
With the indulgence of Congressman Pimentel, yes, Congressman Paduano.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. SPO for Narsoles was invited during the previous hearing. He was issued the show cause order dated August 22. August 28. And he was issued by Asipuenas last September 4, Mr. Chairman. That's the status of PMMS Arturo Narsoles, and until now he is not present in today's hearing. No response or reply yet to the show cause, and now he was issued subpoena last September 4, Mr. Chairman.
On this note, Mr. Chair, under our rules, since we have already issued a subpoena, SPO for Art Narsoles is still a no-show. Mr. Chair, this representation would like to move that we cite for contempt Art Narsoles to appear in this court. So move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to cite in contempt Mr. Art
SPO for Art Narsoles.
SPO for Art Narsoles for his failure to attend in this committee hearing scheduled today. Duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Comsec,
Mr. Chairman, may we also assign our Sergeant at Arms to be assigned on trying to find out these personalities that the Quadcom is asking. Medyo napapansin po natin that yung ating pong Sergeant at Arms sometimes nagiging lax po sa kanilang assignment. So we'll be asking them also to specifically coordinate with the PNP in order to find out all these personalities that are not appearing in this Quadcom.
thank you, Congressman Fernandez. Comsec, please coordinate closely with the Office of the Sergeant at Arms and the Philippine National Police to implement the arrest order of the Quad Committee in the person of Mr. Art Narsoles.
Yes, sir. I have been coordinating with the Office of the Sergeant at Arms and with the Lola, Police Liaison Officer, who
Thank
is
you.
here, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman, in addition, can I request that other than the PNP, can we also ask the assistance of the NBI and other agencies in securing these personalities to be present in our next Quadcom?
Thank you, DSJJ Suarez. Yes, Comsec, you are directed to comply with the manifestation of Congressman JJ Suarez. Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since we have already approved contempt order for PMS Narsoles, Mr. Chairman, my second motion, Mr. Chairman, is to detain Mr. PMS Narsoles in the House premises as maybe decided by the Chairman until this investigation in the Quadcom with regards to EJK will be terminated. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to detain Mr. Art Narsoles in the premises of the House of Representatives. And this was duly seconded. Are there any objections? No objections. The motion is approved.
Mr. Chairman, before we proceed with the next item, let me just put on record that the violation of PMS Narsoles is with regards to paragraph A of our rules on contempt, refusal to obey summons without legal excuse. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me proceed, Mr. Chairman.
Please
Now,
proceed.
just for the record, Mr. Chairman, I would like to put on record, since this is just an AJK hearing in today's hearing, a lot of invitees, no, was issued a subpoena for the past hearings, no. Now let me put on record, Mr. Chairman, that we have issued subpoena for the for Hongsing Gaming Technology Incorporated, for all those officers of the Hongsing Gaming Incorporated, also to Sun Yuan Technology Incorporated, Baofu Land Corporation Incorporated, Lucky South 999 Outsourcing Incorporated, and Lucky South 999 Limited Company. And also with we have issue a subpoena ad testificandum for the Whirlwind officers of the Whirlwind Corporation, Mr. Chairman. Just for the record, I suggest that we will just tackle this issue on the next hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, today's topic is limited to the extrajudicial killings. And in the
Mr.
subsequent-
Chair, before we proceed with the EJK, I'd like to find out also the status of Attorney Harry Roque. Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman?
Okay. Congressman Benny Abante, we will ask Congressman Paduano to reply to your query as to questions that you raised on Attorney Harry Roque. Congressman Paduano?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With the indulgence of course, Congressman Co-Chair Abante, let me read the issuance of a subpoena doses tecum to Mr. Harry Roque with regards to documents that he has committed during the previous hearing, Mr. Chairman. Number one, the medical or hospital records and proof of those surgeries performed on his wife, Miss Myla Roque. Number two, deed of sale and BRR and transfer tax payments of the 1.8 hectares land in multinational village, Parañaque. Number three, all documents submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission regarding the transfer of shares to Attorney Percival S. Ortega, including trust agreement with the latter. Number four, extrajudicial settlement of estate of a named aunt, including corresponding BR tax returns. Number five, statement of assets and liabilities, or SALN, from 2016 to 2022, with proof of receipt. Number six, income tax return of Jancham Holdings and Trading Incorporated for calendar years 2014 to 2022. Number seven, Attorney and Ms. Roque's income tax for calendar years 2014 to 2022. Number eight, judicial affidavit executed by Ms. Ronaldine Baterna. And lastly, judicial affidavit executed by Catherine Cassandra Ong. Mr. Chairman, just for the information of everyone, we have received today another motion to quash from Attorney Harry Roque. And for the record will show that we have already discussed lengthily and through the Vice Chairperson, the Committee of Public Accounts, Vice Chair, the Honorable Luis Lo, during that hearing, to deny the motion to quash that was sent to us by Attorney Harry Roque. And it was unanimously approved, Mr. Chairman. So with that, Mr. Chairman, what's the pleasure of the Chair and the Honorable Committee with regards to
Mr. Chair.
the issuance of a subpoena doses tecum for all those listed documents that I have mentioned? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr.
Congressman
Chair,
Abante.
may I be allowed to speak on the actuations of Attorney Harry Roque outside the hearing of this Quadcom?
May I ask Congressman Abante to defer that particular statement after we hear from Congresswoman Luistro on the decision of the committee as to the motion to quash filed before this committee by Attorney Harry Roque.
I submit,
And
Mr.
and then
Chair.
after, we will recognize Congressman Abante. Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As mentioned by the Honorable Paduano, the Quadcom is in possession of the Omnibus Motion and Compliance dated September 9, 2024, filed by Attorney Harry Roque. And I wish to remind the Quadcom that this motion originated from our hearing on August 22, 2024, where in the various questions we propounded, Attorney Harry Roque expressed his commitment to produce the documents. And for the understanding of the Filipino people, Mr. Chair, I wish to share excerpt of the video of our hearing dated August 22, 2024. Secretariat, please.
Comsec?
Volume, please.
Congresswoman Luistro, please make this very quick because our topic for today is about extrajudicial
I
killings.
understand, Mr. Chair, so I will forgo with the video. To explain, Mr. Chair, this omnibus motion and compliance is made up of two parts. The first part is the motion to quash, that is from paragraph 1 to 33. And the second part is the compliance to the show cause order, which is reflected in page 34 to 43. This representation wished to make a manifestation with respect to the motion to quash filed by the Attorney Harry Roque. In support of the above motion, Mr. Chair, he raised the same arguments which have been deliberated upon already during the last hearing. And to satisfy the requirement of due process, Mr. Chair, let me reiterate our answers to the arguments which he raised. First, that the hearing is not in aid of legislation. In answer to that, let me explain, Mr. Chair, this Quadcom was created to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation pertaining to four issues which are haunting us. One is dangerous drugs. Two is extrajudicial killing. Three is the en masse acquisition of land. And four is the POGO operation. In other words, Mr. Chair, we are indeed in exercise of our power to conduct inquiry in aid of legislation which is granted by no less than the Philippine Constitution, Mr. Chair. Second, Attorney Harry Roque argued that the documents requested are not germane to the inquiry in aid of legislation. Again, in the case of Arnold versus Nazareno, there are two requirements. One is materiality to the subject matter, and second is materiality to the possible legislation. With respect to the first requirement, Mr. Chair, it is the humble submission of this representation that the Quad Committee has established an overwhelming circumstantial evidence showing the connection of Attorney Harry Roque to Lucky South Corporation, which is a POGO operator where we apprehended Chinese nationals victims of human trafficking, murder, and internet scam. Mr. Chair, at the height of the interpellation, we ask about the Biancham Corporation, which owns the property in Tuba, Benguet, where the IT employee of this Lucky South was apprehended. And that is where we started investigating Biancham. And then it was followed by our investigation on the subsidiary companies. As we investigate on Biancham, Mr. Chair, we found out the sudden increase of his assets in 2018, coming from 125,000 before 2016. In 2018, the current assets of Biancham rose to 125 million. At the height of the interpellation, Mr. Chair, Attorney Harry Roque articulated that his money did not come from Pogo operation. To emphasize, Mr. Chair, that statement did not come from Quadcom, did not come from this representation. Instead, it came from the mouth of Attorney Harry Roque. This is an admission, therefore, Mr. Chair, that he admits the connection of these documents which we are requiring from him from the investigation on Pogo operation that we are conducting right now. To further explain, Mr. Chair, it was admitted that he was the presidential spokesperson during that time with a very limited income. And then we asked him, where did this 65 million came from? Where did this money came from? And he could not explain except that he sold a certain property in multinational company in Parañaque. To conclude, Mr. Chair, there is a question about the source of the money of Biancham Corporation, which belongs to Attorney Harry Roque. And following his question, if he will not be able to prove the legal and valid source of this sudden increase of assets of Biancham, then there is a reasonable ground to believe that indeed he is connected with Pogo operation and this money possibly came from the Pogo operation. The second element, Mr. Chair, is the materiality to the possible legislation. And during the last hearing, Mr. Chair, we reiterated ano po ba ang mga batas na posibleng aamyendahan, muling pag-aaralan in connection to this Quadcom hearing. And we cited RA 3019. This is the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act na baka sakali na ang ating mga government officials ay nakorrupt because of this Pogo operation. We also have Code of Professional Responsibility of Government Officials that we need to revisit already the provisions of this law to make sure that the government officials and employees do not deviate from what is being mandated by the Code of Professional Responsibility of Government Officials. We also have anti-money laundering. Kulang po ba ang probisyon ng anti-money laundering? At nagkaroon ng mga transfer ng huge amount of money in spite of the existence of this law. We also have corporation law. Bakit po ba nagagamit na shield ang mga corporation in perpetrating illegal activities? We can also consider, Mr. Chair, the Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability for lawyers. Ito po ba'y saklaw pa if the lawyers are already protecting illegal activities of their client? In addition to this, Mr. Chair, we have established already the need to revisit the laws such as the PSA Charter dahil naabuso po ang ating batas patungkol sa late registration, our immigration law on visa issuance, the PAGCOR Charter on licensing of POGO, and the cybercrime law or RA 10175. Mr. Chair, to proceed, another argument that was raised is the right to self-incrimination. And I wish to share again the case of De La Cruz versus People. Napakaliwanag po sa batas na ito. When we speak about the right against self-incrimination, we're talking only about testimonial evidence. And this time, Mr. Chair, what we are asking are documents. The documents which he promised to produce during the hearing of August 22, 2024. Fourth, Mr. Chair, he invoked the right to privacy. And again, in the case of Standard Chartered Bank versus Senate Committee, citing the case of Sabio versus Gordon, the right to privacy is subordinated to the right to public information in matters of public interest. In other words, Mr. Chair, if there is a conflict between the right to privacy versus the right to public information on matters of public interest, the latter should prevail. Mas mataas po ang right to public information on matters of public interest kumpara sa right to privacy. And finally, Mr. Chair, he invoked the right to due process. This is the purpose of our hearing, to give ample opportunity to our resources speaker to explain their side. We satisfy amply the requirement of notice and even the requirement of hearing. But we are all witnesses. He has been dispensing his opportunity to be able to explain before the Quad all the possible allegations which are being imputed by this investigation. Mr. Chair, I wish to add as well, as part of this manifestation, that when he filed the motion to quash, prior to the receipt of the written subpoena, wala pa pong written subpoena na tinatanggap si Attorney Harry Roque. Nag-file na siya ng motion to quash. Why? Because he knows already during the meeting that he expressed his commitment to produce the documents. Reason why we issued the subpoena. To my humble opinion, Mr. Chair, he waived already his right to receive the written subpoena. Second, Mr. Chair, during the last hearing, we extensively discussed his arguments and our answers why we denied his first motion to quash. And third, Mr. Chair, in this motion, omnibus motion and compliance, siya po mismo ang nagsabi. Same arguments ang ni-raise niya. As a matter of fact, he said he is refiling the motion to quash. In other words, Mr. Chair, lahat po ng nakasulat dito ay nasagot na natin during the last hearing. I therefore submit, Mr. Chair, that we should deny this omnibus motion, particularly the motion to quash, because this is already moot and academic. I submit, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Flores.
Mr. Chair, as extensively discussed by Congressman Luistro, stating the grounds why we are in the right as far as our request for him to submit these documents and his continued refusal to submit these documents to this Quad Committee, Mr. Chair. I move, Mr. Chair, that we hold Harry Roque in contempt, Attorney Harry Roque in contempt for refusing to submit the documents subject of the subpoena de Sustecom, and of which he has manifested that he was going to submit to this committee, Mr. Chair. I so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to cite Attorney Harry Roque in contempt, and this was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Now, just for clarification, we are citing Attorney Harry Roque in violation of Section 11,
D.
Paragraph D.
Paragraph D, Mr. Chair, for refusing to comply with the subpoena, the Sustecom, and to submit the documents we requested of him, Mr. Chair. Now, Mr. Chair, in addition, Mr. Chair, I move that we hold Harry Roque in detention for the period of until he submits the documents or until the Quad Committee is dissolved, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to detain Attorney Harry Roque as long as this committee conducts its hearing,
Mr. Chair.
and until we terminate,
Or until he submits the
or
documents.
until he
that we
submits
have
the
asked.
documents required of him.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And this was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Congressman
Mr. Chair.
Abante.
Mr. Chair, in addition to what Congresswoman Luistro said, ito pong si Harry Roque is actually a person with a two-faced attitude. This representation recognizes that we have a full plate and that we need to hear the testimonies of resource persons who have been invited to our hearing today. But I feel compelled to raise a matter that I believe should be addressed by this honorable body. Isa sa mga iniimbita natin sa ating inquiry, si Atty. Harry Roque. Hindi lang po siya dating presidential spokesperson, he is also a former colleague of ours in the House of Representatives. At dahilan dito, we were very kind to him. In fact, our senior deputy speaker even asked him only to be detained for 1 day, of which he even questioned that, Mr. Chair. So in the course of our hearings, Atty. Roque was cited in contempt on August 22 for being untruthful about the circumstances surrounding his absence during our August 16 hearing. After being detained and after apologizing to the members of the House, Atty. Roque then went on Facebook and posted, and I quote, "In my view, the contempt ruling smacks of abuse of power and political harassment against an anti-Marcos Jr. critic like me," end of quote. Ay napaka-doble cara naman pala ni Atty. Harry Roque, Mr. Chair. I find this disturbing because if I remember correctly, Atty. Roque was asked if he recognizes the power of the House to hold him in contempt. And he said yes. But the moment he was no longer in our presence, Mr. Chair, he went out and publicly questioned the contempt ruling and accused us of abusing this power. I believe that we cannot countenance such behavior, Mr. Chair. Naging mabait pa tayo sa kanya. I even asked if the Quad Committee would hold in abeyance the contempt charge, just because we were actually kind to him. So this manifestation is being spoken today to inquire if the statements made by Atty. Roque outside our hearings should be grounds to hold him also in contempt, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Yes, I believe we can defer discussion on that particular manifestation at the moment because we have just cited Attorney Harry Roque in contempt for violating Section 11 of our Rules of Procedure governing inquiries in aid of legislation, which states that failure to submit subpoenaed documents before the committee is a ground to cite him in contempt. So for the meantime, since there was already a motion that was approved unanimously by the body, another motion is also is appropriate, and to where he will be detained. Is there any motion?
Mr. Chair, I submit to the motion of Congressman Flores, no? And I would want to make a motion that Atty. Roque should be detained in the Women's Correction. Women's Correction. Hindi po. Doon na lang sa bikutan natin eh. Mr. Chair, sorry po sa pagkakamali.
So is that a motion, Congressman Abante? Or Congressman Keith?
Mr. Chair, in deference to Attorney Roque being a former member of this House, Mr. Chair, I move that he be detained in the House premises, Mr. Chair.
The motion. Okay, there is a motion to detain him, detain Attorney Harry Roque at the House of Representatives Detention Facility. And this was duly seconded. Any objection? No objection. The motion is approved.
Mr. Chair, very quick. Mr. Chair.
Okay, just please make this very, very quick because the topic today is EJK.
Mr. Chair,
So
just for
after-
the sake of giving due course to this omnibus motion and compliance, particularly with respect to the motion to quash, I respectfully move that we disregard the motion to quash on the ground of being moot and academic.
Yes, as stated earlier by Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, we will stand by our previous decision of denying his motion to quash. And again, reiterated by the decisions of the Supreme Court that was cited by Congresswoman Luistro and Congressman Keith Flores. Now,
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Rog
Mr.
Gutierrez.
Chair, very shortly, just on the matter of the omnibus
Please make it
motion.
short, yes.
We still have the matter of the response to the show cause order. And I understand it's superfluous given the contempt order, but I think, Mr. Chair, as a body, we should rule on it. And in my opinion, it cites an unspecified condition and an unspecified surgery. It makes mention of an unspecified medical facility. It has been unsubstantiated. And my understanding is, it was imparted to me by the COMSEC. He did not even submit the medical certificates.
Are you referring to the medical certificate to be submitted to the Quad by the wife of Attorney
No,
Harry
Mr.
Roque?
Chair. This is in response to the show cause order because this is the third absence already by Mr. Attorney
Oh, yes.
Harry Roque. The first absence, the excuse was appearance in arbitration. The second absence was with no written response. And now we issued the show cause order last hearing, and now he has responded through the motion. It was omnibus po. There's a second part of the show cause order. And it would appear, Mr. Chair, that it is an unsubstantiated answer. And I believe, as a matter of course, we should issue a subpoena, Mr. Chair. Although superfluous given the contempt order, I still think that we should move to issue a subpoena at testificandum, Mr. Chair.
Okay, is that a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move to issue a subpoena for failure to properly answer the show cause order.
Okay, there is a motion to issue a subpoena to Attorney Harry Roque, subpoena ad testificandum for Attorney Harry Roque. And this was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Thank you, Congressman Gutierrez. Yes, Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just last two items. For the PNP documents to be submitted in this committee, that was mentioned by Police Lieutenant Colonel Espirido in his affidavit, such as the list of police generals and other PNP officials who received money from Kerwin Espinosa's group, as indicated in the ledger, and copies of cleared checks that were recovered from their accountant. Now, Mr. Chair, we have with us Brigadier General Ruel Sandoval of the DIDM. We'll just ask him later, Mr. Chairman. We'll just hold this particular documents that was ordered to the PNP to be submitted in this honorable committee. Now, lastly, Mr. Chairman, the LRA was ordered to provide a copy of land titles of Northern Cebu Renewable Energy Corporation, and as per information from the COMSEC, LRA committed to submit it in today's hearing, this afternoon. So again, we will just wait for the submission of such documents, Mr. Chairman. That's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Paduano.
Mr.
Now
Mr.
we
Chair.
Okay,
Yes, this
Yes.
in relation to
excuse
other
me,
matters.
Congressman Fernandez.
I just would like to make a motion to strike out my statement a moment ago
Which part of your statement?
that I said that Tony Roque should be detained at the Women's Correctional. I want it stricken out.
Okay, Comsec, please take note, and it is so ordered. Congressman Fernandez.
Yeah, this is in relation to letter that was submitted by Cassandra Leong through his lawyer, Attorney Topacio, in relation to also to the suit filed by them before the Supreme Court on behalf of their client, Ms. Cassandra Leong, seeking to stop the Quadcom, no, from disregarding the right of our client to remain silent. Yun po yung sinasabi ng sulat na ito, one of those that are written in this letter. But of course, Mr. Chairman, it was already established by the Supreme Court under GR number 175, 104, that legislative investigation, if I may, Mr. Chairman, that it was ruled by the Supreme Court that a legislative investigation and the court proceedings has different purposes. On one hand, yung pong hearings that are being conducted, like yung pong mga adjudicative proceedings, is to settle dispute of the two litigants. On the other hand, ito pong legislative inquiry in aid of legislation, inter alia, is to gather data and information that will seek to amend or to create new laws na magiging pong effective para i-implement po ng ating pong gobyerno. And accordingly, Mr. Chairman, under the case between Standard Chartered Bank of the Philippines and the Senate of the Philippines, yung pong Senate Committee on Bank and Financial Institution, it is clearly stated on that case that the mere filing of criminal and administrative cases on any courts or quasi-judicial shall not prevent the legislative body to conduct a legislative function. Otherwise, it would be extremely easy to subvert any intended inquiry by Congress through the convenient ploy of instituting a criminal or administrative complaint. Yung pong exercise of the sovereign legislative authority belong to this Congress. And sabi ng Supreme Court, this cannot be made subordinate to any criminal or administrative investigation. As a matter of fact, Mr. Chairman, 4 ito pong mga kaso or decision ng Supreme Court. One is the GR 174-105. Another is the Standard Chartered Bank and Senate Committee on Banks, Financial Institution. Third, yung case against Arnold versus Nazareno. And fourth, yung isang kaso nung kay Garciliano versus the House of Representatives na sinasabi po dito, and the court has no authority to prohibit a Senate committee from requiring persons to appear and testify before it in connection with an inquiry in aid of legislation in accordance with its duly published rules of procedure. Dito emphasizes the importance of the duty of those subpoena to appear before the legislature, even if incidentally incriminating questions are expected to be asked. Ngayon, Mr. Chairman, dito naman po sa sinasabi ni Mr. Topacio, dahil meron po siyang comment na sinasabi, in his comment, Mr. Fernandez said that supposedly the right to remain silent is not applicable to legislative inquiries, but only the right against self-incrimination and other statements. Such legal opinion is laughable because Fernandez is not a lawyer. Also, I must remind Mr. Fernandez that the matter is now before the courts and any such public comments touching on the case may be violative of the sub judice. Well, very clearly, Mr. Chairman, dito po sa ruling ng Supreme Court, yung pong the right to remain silent cannot be invoked by her client. And for the education and information of Mr. Topacio, Mr. Chairman, I may not be a lawyer. I may not be an expert on legal context. Pero wala po siyang monopoly ng legal context. Di ba? Meron na pong mga Google ngayon. At nakakapagbasa na tayo sa Google. And at the same time, Gen Z na po ngayon. Kaya I think grow up, no? At I think yung pong sinasabi niya that he's warning us, no? Through me, that should he make any more such statements, I will have no choice but to file a motion to cite him in contempt of court. But according sa Article 3, di ba, Section 7, Mr. Chairman, we are guaranteed to give information to public. Especially this entails public concern. This must be recognized. And I think medyo offending po yung mga sinabi niya. But again, we have to move that this letter that he submitted to us be disregarded, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Fernandez. Now, may I remind, this is the last discussion on the issue of resource persons related to the POGO, because we want to proceed with the hearing on extrajudicial killings. Our resource persons already present. We take note of the observation and the manifestation of Congressman Dan Fernandez, and certainly with that kind of a manifestation, the committee is bound to take an action. And but I will just ask committee chair of the Public Order and Safety to defer that for the moment, so that we can continue with the committee hearing proper. Is that all right, Congressman Fernandez?
Yeah, I'm okay with that, Mr. Chairman. But I think when we invited the resource persons in the person of Ms. Cassandra Ong, yung pong right to remain silent is not absolute. Especially when we are in the process of trying to find out those information and data that is guaranteed under this GR 175-104.
That was clearly stated by Your Honor, so we take note of that. And as I stated earlier, the committee is bound to take action on that particular manifestation. But we now can proceed with the committee hearing on the extrajudicial killings. Congressman
Mr. Chair,
Abante?
as we proceed with the hearing of the EJK, I now would like to introduce one of our resource persons, Colonel Padilla, to be able to answer questions on his knowledge on the EJK that happened in the penal colony that he once headed. So may I now call on Colonel Padilla, please.
Okay. Colonel Padilla is here present.
Good morning, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Good morning, Superintendent Padilla. We have a list of interpellators for our resource person, Superintendent Padilla. And in number 1 in the list is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Congressman Dong Gonzales. May I know if our witnesses, the COMSEC, Mr. Tan and Mr. Ano po alam niyo? Magdaro is present?
Yeah, present, sir.
Sige, can you please invite them to... Paige, can you provide a chair for our witnesses? Hindi kasya eh. Ilan ba sila? Hindi ba? Dalawa, okay. Pass it over.
Pero ngayon sila na ngayon.
So to the honorable members, we have in our detention facility 2 of the witnesses who has given 3 witnesses who has given their executed an affidavit, and which was already present in the 2 previous hearings on the topic of EJK, and we asked them to be present in our committee hearing today.
Mr. Chairman.
Along with our other resource persons. Yes?
Yeah. Mr.
Yes,
Chairman,
JJ.
while we await the arrival of our 2 resource persons, I noticed the arrival of a certain Attorney Joel Butuyan. Can the COMSEC identify?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, Your Honors, Attorney Joel Butuyan is a resource person. He is representing Sinterlaw for human rights, sir.
Attorney Butuyan, can you please enter your appearance for the benefit of the honorable members of this committee?
Good morning, Your Honors. I'm Attorney Joel Butuyan. I am the chairperson of the Center for International Law, and I'm also in the list of counsels in the International Criminal Court, Your Honors.
Thank you, Attorney. So, where are the other witnesses?
Mr. Chairman, if Attorney Butuyan will be serving as one of our resource person, may I inquire from the good ComSec if he has already
Okay, please,
Please submit, sir.
please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this congressional inquiry, so help you God? Thank you.
Suspend ko muna.
Hearing suspended for a few minutes.
Hearing is resumed. We have a list of interpellators. And the first to ask and propound question is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Congressman Aurelio Dong Gonzales. You are recognized.
Salamat, Mr. Chairman, the co-chairman of Quadcom, sa ating mga kasamang kongresista. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ito po'y pagpapatuloy lang po dun sa aking pagtatanong nung nakaraan na hearing dito sa House of Representatives. Ito pong tanong ko para kay Tata. Tata, para sa inyo po to. Kumusta po kayo? Tata, kumusta po kayo?
Mabuti naman po, sir.
Pwede mong pakilis po yung ano mo para marinig namin maayos yung salita nyo.
Mabuti naman po, Your Honor.
Thank you. Tata, pwede bang pakibasa mo ulit yung number 28, 29 at number 30 ng affidavit mo dated noong August 21 yata? Comsec, can you please give a copy to Tata? Pakibasa mo at para marinig ng ating mga nanonood sa ating bansa at sa ating mga kongresista.
28, 29 po.
Opo, 28, 29, and 30.
Habang naglalakad kami, papuntang investigation section, tumunog ang cellphone ni Superintendent Padilla. Nakita ko na pinindot ni Superintendent Padilla ang kanyang cellphone. Nadinig ko na sinabi nung tumawag kay Superintendent Padilla, "Congrats, Superintendent Padilla. Job well done." Pero grabe yung ginawang dinuguan. Alam ko na ang kausap ni Superintendent Padilla ay
That is number 29 po. Number 29 po to, no? Sige po, tuloy po.
Alam ko na ang kausap ni Superintendent Padilla ay si Presidente Duterte. Dahil pamilyar ang boses niya. Number 30. Pagkatapos ng tawag, sabi ni Superintendent Padilla sa mga kasamahan niya doon, tumawag si Presidente, nag-congrats sa akin. Dahil sa sinabing ito ni Superintendent Padilla, kaya lalo akong napaniwala na ang tumawag sa kanya ay si Presidente Duterte.
Salamat, Tata. Ngayon, nandito na po ang ating Colonel Padilla. Colonel Padilla, sa iyong sinumpahang salaysay, maaari niyo po bang basahin ang number 4 at number 6 ng supplemental affidavit mo? Comsec, could you please give him a copy so that he can read?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Dito po sa aking affidavit, babasahin ko po. Pinapatutuhanan ko ang sinabi ni Tata na nung papunta kami sa investigation section ay tumunog ang cellphone ko at ito ay sinagot ko. Ang tumawag sa akin ay ayon sa boses ay dating President Rodrigo Roa Duterte at sinabing congrats Superintendent Padilla. Job well done, pero grabe yung ginawang dinugan.
So, Colonel Padilla, ngayon binasa mo yung sa yung salaysay na number 4 and 6. Ngayon, inaamin mo na ngayon na totoo ang mga sinasabi ni Leopoldo Tan alias Tata na tinawagan ka ni Presidente Duterte pagkatapos patayin ang 3 Chinese. Colonel Padilla?
Yes, Your Honor, as the voice I've heard over the phone.
Inaamin mo ang lahat na ito ang sinabi ni Jimmy Fortaleza last hearing na nagkausap kayo ni Colonel Garma.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Inaamin mo din na nagkausap kayo ni Colonel Leonardo na sinabing papatayin nila ang 3 Chinese national.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ngayon, meron akong huling tanong sa iyo, Colonel Padilla. Pag nag-uusap po kayo ng dating Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte, through personal na telepono ba ang dating Presidente ang pinagtatawag nyo o may iba pang telepono na ginagamit nyo? Ano ang ginagamit niyong telepono?
During that time, I have my cell phone, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Personal.
So, sino ang hindi ba nakarehistro yung telepono sa iyong pagtawag nung nakareceive ka ng calls?
Hindi po.
Well, anyway, Mr. Chairman, yun lang po ang gusto kong malinawan. At least, last hearing kasi, tinatanong ko po ito, nag-interject po si Congressman Fernandez for the executive session. So ngayon po, malinaw na po sa ating taong bayan at sa ating mga kasama dito lahat at nanonood sa buong Pilipinas at sa buong mundo. At ito po ay narinig nating lahat. I rest my case, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Gonzales. Before we acknowledge the next interpellator, let me just recognize the members who are present in this committee hearing. Congressman Roberto Y. Puno, Congresswoman Arlene Brosas, Congressman Jefferson Konghun, Congresswoman Midi Kua, Congressman Joboy Aquino, and Congressman Bambi Amano. Welcome to the committee hearing. Now, the next interpellator is Congressman Paulo Ortega V. I'm sorry, Congressman Ernix Junicio.
Marami pong salamat, Ginoong Tagapangulo. Actually, nung binabasa ko yung mga affidavit ni Colonel Padilla, nakakagulat at nakakagimbal. Pero sir, I salute and applaud ang sinumpaan yung salaysay na medyo mabibigat po yung mga nabasa ko rito ngayon. Colonel Padilla, if I may ask, ito po bang sinumpaang salaysay ninyo is sinabi nyo at with your own free will na talaga pong nangyari at experience nyong personal?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Padilla, nakakagulat kasi nung sa unang affidavit na nilabas ninyo, na isang inmate na si Jimmy Fortaleza pa ang nagpasa ng isang cellphone para makausap nyo si Colonel Garma. Totoo po ba yun?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Alam mo, nakakagulat din na ang isang inmate nasa piitan may sariling cellphone. Marahil nangyayari yung mga ganon sa ibang pagkakataon, pero para ang isang used to be a CIDG officer, hindi ko kilala personal pa, si Colonel Garma na nakalagay sa inyong affidavit o sinumpaang salaysay, ay tumatawag sa isang inmate para makausap ang then kayo po ay Superintendent Gerardo Padilla. Totoo po ba yun?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Very disconcerting, Your Honor. But bagamat ganon, ito ang mga sinumpaan salaysay na nangyaring tunay at dun sa supplemental affidavit na akin nabasa na nabanggit din ni SDS na pati ang ating Pangulo na tumawag sa inyo na nakakagimbal na may nakalagay pa na ginawang dinuguan. Totoo po ba yun?
According to the voice, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, as I heard.
Having said that, Your Honor, ulitin ko lang po that I really applaud and salute you, sir, na ang mga binitiwan niyong salita ay galing sa inyong sariling eksperyensya na walang pumilit sa inyo. At nakikita ko rin sa inyong affidavit na marami kayong it is given na kakatakutan ninyo ang sitwasyon o safety ng inyong sarili at pamilya. Kaya sa aking maliit na kaparaanan, Ginoong Tagapangulo, nais ko pong imungkahi na marekomenda natin na mabigyan ng immunity ang sinumpaang salaysay ni Colonel Gerardo Padilla upang mabigyan naman siya ng karapat-dapat na proteksyon at maengganyo rin natin ang ibang witnesses at mga resource persons natin ngayon na magsabi ng katotohanan. At lumabas talaga ang totoo na wag po kayong matakot at naririto po ang Congress, ang mga kongresista para bigyan po kayo ng suporta at lumabas ang katotohanan po.
Thank you, Congressman Junicio, doon sa iyong mungkahi na bigyan ng immunity ang ating witness. Iyan po sa kasalukuyan ay pinag-aaralan ng ating committee kasama po ang Department of Justice. At the appropriate time, iyan po ay ilalabas po natin at aaprubahan po ang inyong mungkahi. Maraming salamat, Congressman Junicio.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The next to interpolate is Congressman Paulo Ortega, the fifth. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Naimbaga-bigat tayo amin. A few questions, additional questions, because I had the chance to interpolate Mr. Witness already. Mr. Chair, Mr. Witness, kayo po ay na-appoint po nung time ng Pangulong Benigno Aquino, di ba po ba?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Anong time po kayo na-appoint?
I entered the prison service since 1983 and I rose from the rank, Your Honor.
Sino po ang presidente nung panahon na yan?
I think during the time of then President Erap Estrada.
Okay, sir. So, wala po kayong utang na loob sa past administration?
Wala po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ngunit alam po natin na kahit po tayo'y walang utang na loob, kailangan po natin sumunod sa orders ng mga nakakataas. Hindi po ba, Mr. Chair, Mr. Witness?
Yes po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Alam ko po, Mr. Chair, Mr. Witness, na hindi po kayo pabor sa mga nangyayaring drug war at EJK nung panahon ng dating administrasyon. Tama po ba ako, Mr. Chair?
Yes
Mr.
po,
Lopez?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So kahit na nangyayari po yung mga sa mga oras na yon at nangyayari po yung pagpatay at nangyari po yung pagpatay, sigurado po ako you were under a lot of stress. Tama po ba ako, Mr. Chair?
Yes,
Mr.
Your
Witness?
Honor, Mr. Chair.
Dahil po dito, Mr. Chair, Mr. Witness, to wrap up, nakatanggap po ba kayo ng mga threats? O nakatanggap po ba ng threats ang inyong pamilya, Mr. Chair, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Congressman Ortega. Bago po natin tawagin yung susunod na interpellator, mayroon lang ho akong interjection konti. Colonel Superintendent Padilla, dun sa una mong affidavit, binanggit mo si former PCSO head, no? General Manager Miss Royina Garma. Tama po ba yun?
Yes po.
Yun doon sa
Your
una
Honor,
mong
Mr. Chair.
affidavit. Okay. Now, doon sa pagbanggit mo sa kanya, ang pagkakasabi mo doon ay nakausap niyo siya sa isang cellphone.
Yes po, Your
Sa
Honor.
cellphone ni isang PDL, ang pangalan ay Jimmy Fortaleza. Tama
Yes
po ba?
po, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Pwede ba, maaari niyo po bang ituro sa amin kung sino si Colonel Royina Garma dito sa bulwagan na ito?
Hindi ko po masyadong ko ng ang mukha, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Hindi nyo
Hindi
kilala
ko po
yung mukha?
kilala.
Okay. Nandyan ba siya sa kanan mo?
Hindi ko po masyadong mamukaan, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, hindi mo siya namumukaan?
Hindi ko po mamukaan.
Okay. Pero, nakausap mo siya sa cellphone?
Yes po, Your Honor.
How sure are you na siya ay si Colonel Royina Garma?
Because of PDL Jimmy Fortaleza, Your Honor, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Sige. Salamat. Siya si Jimmy Fortaleza, di ba? You are Jimmy Fortaleza. Pwede bang pakipatutuhanan mo nga na sa cellphone mo tumawag si Royina Garma para makausap si Colonel Padilla dahil yun ang ayon sa iyong salaysay, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kilala mo si Royina Garma?
Yes, sir.
Pwede bang ituro mo rito kung nasaan si Royina Garma?
Yes, sir.
So, si Royina Garma, siya ba yung dating PCSO General Manager?
Yes, sir, and she is my classmate in the Philippine National Police Academy.
Okay. Sige, thank you. Salamat. Now we will
Mr.
call...
Chair, pakiulit nga po yung sinabi niya na hindi ko masyadong narinig yung
Pwede bang pakiulit mo ulit?
Classmate
Ano yung sinabi
daw.
mo? Classmate kayo ni Colonel Royina Garma.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kailan po yun? Kailan?
We are member of Philippine National Police Academy Class 1997, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Sige, maraming salamat. So, ang next to interpolate is Congressman Johnny Pimentel. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have already had 3 hearings wherein Colonel Padilla was a resource person. In those 3 previous hearings, Colonel Padilla has submitted 5 affidavits. Yung unang sinabit po niya is sa August 27, wherein he denied any involvement in the killings of the 3 nationals. Then on September 2, Mr. Chair, nag-submit na naman po siya ng affidavit. However, this time he has admitted that Colonel Royina Garma indeed talked to him over the phone through the prodding of Jimmy Fortaleza. na on September 4, meron na naman po siyang sinubmit na affidavit po na pinatotohanan niya yung sinabi ni Leopoldo Ontalan Jr. na tumawag sa kanya si former President Rodrigo Duterte and congratulating him. On September 9, nag-execute na naman siya ng sa supplemental affidavit at dito po may hinahayag na naman siyang importanteng impormasyon sa komitiba wherein tinuturo niya si Colonel Garma ang isa sa mastermind ng pagpatay ng Chinese nationals. Bakit ko po sinasabing isa sa mastermind si Colonel Garma? Because we already know the facts based on the several resource persons that have testified in this hearing. At lahat po doon sa mga affidavit ng tatlo, ni Jimmy Fortaleza, ni Leopoldo Ontalan, at saka ni Colonel Padilla, lahat po ay nagtuturo na si Ruyo Garma ang nag-utos na ipapatay yung tatlong Chinese national. Ngayon, Mr. Chair, balikan ko lang po si Colonel Padilla. Kasi nintunan po ninyo si Mr. Chair, si Colonel Padilla. Ang tinanong niyo siya kung kilala ba niya si Colonel Garma. Ang sagot po ni Colonel Padilla, hindi ho niya kilala. However, Colonel Padilla, on paragraph 5 of your second supplemental affidavit, bago mangyari ang pagpatay sa tatlong Chinese drug nationals na nakadetain sa nasabing piitan, ay tinawagan ako ni Colonel Edelberto Leonardo. Itong si Colonel Edelberto Leonardo, ito po ang amo ni Colonel Garma sa CIDG sa Davao Station. Pagdating ko sa station ay nandun si Colonel Garma based sa sinumpaang salaysay po ninyo. Kinausap ako ni Colonel Leonardo ng mga 30 minutes at mga bla bla bla. Pero very clear po dito, Colonel Padilla, na nag-meeting po kayo bago nangyari yung insidente, bago po nangyari ang krimen, nakipag-meeting po kayo sa CIDG station in the presence of Colonel Leonardo and in the presence of Colonel Garba. Imposible naman po na nag-usap kayo na almost 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. At kaharap nyo si Colonel Leonardo at si Colonel Garma, hindi ho nyo maturo dito. Medyo napaka-imposible pong sitwasyon, Mr. Chair. So ano po ba? Kilala nyo ba si Colonel Garba o hindi? Baka nagbago ang itsura niya.
Nagbago po ang itsura kasi slim pa siya nung nagkita kami, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ganun po ba?
Opo.
Pero ano mo nyo, based on forensics, ang tao po, pag maliit pa, hanggang paglaki niya, kahit na tumaba siya, kung kilala mo talaga siya, kung nakausap mo na siya, whether he became fat, whether he was thin, makikilala ho ninyo. Gaano ho ba katagal ang meeting ninyo with Colonel Leonardo and Colonel Garma?
Wala pong mga 30 minutes lang, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
30 minutes. Okay. So the fact, Mr. Chair, is that there indeed was a meeting in the office of the CIDG station wherein Colonel Garba is one of the main actors of this incident. Ito, inilalagay ko lang po ito sa record para yung buong salaysay ay malaman po ng buong madlang publiko para maintindihan po ng publiko na na-corroborate na po yung statement ng resource person na isa at saka yung resource person ni na si Jimmy Fortaleza. So Mr. Chair, I would direct my questions later on to Colonel Garma. Kasi yung po talaga ang ikang ang main actor po dito. I just wanted to put in record that indeed there was a meeting that was held in the CADG station sometime between July and August, and that is where the plan was hatched to kill the 3 Chinese nationals. It was a conspiracy that started from the topmost official of the country all the way down to the lowly officials, pati yung mga gwardya po, kasama po dito sa krimen na nangyari. So I'll reserve my questions later on, Mr. Chair, to Colonel Garma. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Pimentel. The next to interpellate is Congresswoman Jinky Luistro. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wish to direct my questions to Colonel Garma. Colonel, ano pong tunay niyong pangalan? Buo na pangalan?
Mr. Chair, Royina Marzan Garma.
Pwede ko po ba kayong tawagin na Colonel Garma?
It's okay, Mr. Chair. Yes.
Alam po niyo, becoming a lady officer in uniform, that's one of my dreams. I was supposed to transfer to PNP, kaya lang patatakbuhin nila ako sa Oval, kaya bumalik na ako ng DOJ. Tagasan po ba si Colonel Garma?
I'm from Solana, Cagayan, Region 2 po.
Where's Cagayan? Norte po ba yan?
North, yes, ma'am.
Norte.
Yes.
Doon po ba kayo pinanganak sa Cagayan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Saan po kayo nag-aral ng elementarya?
Solana, Cagayan.
Cagayan.
Your Honor.
High school?
Tugigaraw.
Where's Tugigaraw?
St. Louis College. Now it's St. Louis University, Your Honor.
Nasaan po ang Tugigaraw?
It's still in Cagayan.
It's also in Cagayan.
Yes.
How about your college? Saan po kayo nakatapos ng kolehiyo?
I finished my college sa Philippine National Police Academy, Your Honor.
PNPA po? Diretso kayong PNPA?
No, Your Honor. My before I entered PNPA, I studied in Cagayan.
Ano pong una niyong inaral sa Cagayan?
AB Mathematics, Your Honor.
AB Mathematics. Ano po bang trabaho ng mga graduate ng AB Mathematics? As I understand, usually teacher, tama ho ba?
Yes, Your Honor, but I dreamed to become a lawyer nung inaral ko po yun.
Are you a lawyer as well?
No, Your Honor.
You plan to become a lawyer during that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And after finishing this AB Mathematics, ano pong sunod yung ginawa sa buhay?
I entered the Philippine National Police Academy in 1995, Your Honor.
When is this?
1995.
1995. Pumasok po kayo ng PNPA.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when did you finish your studies in PNPA?
That's April 25 of 1997, Your Honor.
1997. After finishing your studies in PNPA, that is 1997, kayo po ba'y pumasok na agad sa serbisyo sa Philippine National Police?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And maari po bang malaman, saan po kayo unang na destino?
Okay. We were based in Camp Crame. We were made to choose kung ano pong region ang gusto namin. 3 po ang hiningi sa aming region during the time. So, pinili ko po ang Region 11, Region, I think, 13, and then Region 2 was my last option.
Based on my research, Colonel Garma, 1996 to 1998, kayo po ang anti-vice unit head ng Davao.
No, Mr. Chair, it's from 1997.
So this is 97 to 98.
That's October.
Yes, and you will agree with me during that time, kakagraduate nyo lang from PNPA. Somehow.
Yes, Your Honor.
And after this assignment, ano pong sumunod?
I was the chief of the women's desk of Davao
Saan
City.
po ito?
Davao City Police Office.
So ang kasunod po ng assignment nyo as anti-vice unit of Davao is head of women's desk also in Davao.
Yes, Your Honor.
You confirm. Ano pong kasunod nyong assignment dito?
And then 2004, I was reassigned sa Camp Crame. I transferred po sa CIDG. So I was based in the main office of CIDG.
How come based on my research, kayo daw po'y pauli-uli? Manila CIDG and Davao CIDG. How true is this?
Yes, Your Honor. In 2004, I was reassigned to Camp Crame. So change of unit po from PRO, Police Regional Office 11, I was transferred to a National Support Unit, which is the Criminal Investigation Detection Group.
If I
based
may
in Camp
interrupt,
Crame.
Colonel Garma, you
Your
confirm na 2004 to 2007, for quite some time kayo nasa CIDG Manila and for quite some time nasa CIDG Davao. Tama po ba yun?
I
Yes,
was in
that's what you're saying.
I was in CIDG Manila until I think June of 2005. And then
How about before and after June 2005? Where were you?
Seldom po ako bumabalik ng Davao.
But at least bumabalik po kayo ng Davao.
I cannot recall if I returned only when I attended the wake of my mother-in-law during that time, Mr. Chair.
To proceed, Mr. Chair, after po nitong CIDG assignment nyo, saan po kayo sunod na na-assign?
Bumalik po ako ng Davao City Police Office.
Ano pong
Region
taon
11.
ito?
At sometime 2009.
2009.
Mr.
You
Chair.
confirmed that you were the police admin officer of Davao City?
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened next after this? Saan po kayo sunod na na-assign?
Almost 3 years after, I was assigned as station commander of Sasa Police Station. That's Station 4 of Davao City Police Office, Mr.
So you
Chair.
confirmed that 2011 to 2016, kayo po ang station commander ng Sasa, also in Davao.
It's not until 2016, Mr. Chair. It's
Maybe
until
2015.
2014, and from 2014 to 2015, that's Santa Ana Police Station of Davao City Police Office.
But
So-
again, Santa Ana is likewise in Davao.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And what happened after the Santa Ana Davao assignment?
January, I was issued an order to undergo police officers senior executive course.
And do you confirm, 2016, kayo po ang CIDG Director ng Davao Province?
No, no.
So
Your
where
Honor.
were you in 2016?
I was undergoing a mandatory training.
And
Your
after
Honor.
the mandatory training, where did you go?
January of 2017, I was designated regional chief of CIDG Region 7, Mr. Chair.
Where is that? Region 7. What
Cebu.
province is this?
Cebu.
Cebu. Was there no time during which you were assigned as CIDG Director of Davao?
Never, Mr. Chair.
Okay. And after your assignment as Chief of Police of Cebu City, no, CIDG Director of Cebu City, 2017, saan po kayo sunod na na-assign?
Director of Cebu City Police Office.
2018, Director of Cebu City Police Office. And after your stint as Cebu City Director of Police, ano pong sunod ninyong pinuntahan?
I retired early and I applied for the position of General Manager of the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, Mr. Chair.
Can you please share with us, ano po yung exact date na kayo ay na-appoint as General Manager ng PCSO?
I think that's July of 2019. I think 2019.
July 15, 2019.
Mr.
Tama
Chair,
po ba?
Yes.
Balikan ko po yung naging career nyo sa Davao. At ako po yung medyo napapaisip lang, kayo po yung taga-norte, Kayo po'y taga Cagayan. Bakit po kaya kayo'y dito sa Davao? Halos nag-spend ng inyong career in PNP. Tama po ba yung observation ko?
Yes,
Almost
Your
your
Honor.
entire career was spent in Davao.
Yes, Your
Can you
Honor.
describe to us, ano po bang peace and order situation sa Davao from 1997 until 2015?
It is very peaceful, and it is one of the most livable city in the Philippines, Mr. Chair.
Very peaceful and one of the most livable city. What do you think is the reason kung bakit po peaceful and one of the most livable city?
I think because of the overwhelming support of the LGU sa police, and the social welfare of Davao City is really working.
You
and addressing
mentioned
poverty.
You mentioned about the overwhelming support of the LGU to PNP.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yes,
Of
Your
course,
Honor.
it is a common knowledge as early as 1988, mayor na po ang ating dating Pangulo, former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Yes, Your
Would you agree with me if I would say na kaya po peaceful at livable ang Davao is because of the leadership of the former President?
Yes, Your Honor.
You agree?
Yes, I agree.
And would you agree with me also if I would say, kaya po kayo nainganyo na dito manatili sa Davao, nagustuhan nyo ang leadership ng dating Pangulo sa Davao?
No, Your Honor.
So what is the reason?
My ex-husband is from Kidapawan.
Where's Kidapawan?
That's Region 12.
It's near Davao.
Yeah, and he convinced me that Davao is better than
I
Cotabato
understand.
or Region 13.
Colonel, of course you will agree with me that generally speaking, ang mga mayors po, may discretion yan. Kung sino yung mga police officers na magse-serve sa kanilang area of jurisdiction. Sumasang-ayon po ba kayo? Yes. That is a
Yes,
common
Your
knowledge. As a matter of fact, noon pong kayo na-appoint 1997 to 1998, anti-vice unit head of Davao. Hindi po ito mangyayari without the conformity of the former president. Tama po ba? Because he is the mayor.
No,
And the
Your-
mayor can say, I want someone else.
No, Your Honor. I
No?
earned it, Your Honor.
Okay. How about your appointment from 1999 to 2004 as head of Women's Desk of Davao? Don't you think ito po'y idinadaan at ikinukonsulta sa mayor before an officer is assigned?
I am not aware of that policy during that time, Your Honor.
Well, I'm sharing with you, Colonel Garma, that by way of general practice, kinukonsulta po ang mga mayors kung sino ang i-appoint na officer dun sa kanilang area of jurisdiction. I'm speaking based on experience because I came from the LGU. How about your appointment from 2004 to 2007 as CIDG Officer of Manila? Paano po kayo napunta sa Manila?
Mr. Chair, way back 2004, my marriage was on the rock. So I have to leave Davao because of a scandal.
In other words, kaya lang po kayo umalis ng Davao during this time
Yes.
is because your marriage is failing already?
Yes, Your Honor, and there was a big scandal, so I have to leave Davao.
Thank
And,
you. Colonel Garma, how about 2009? You were Davao City Police Admin Officer. Would you agree with me if I would say na hindi po kayo mapupunta dito kung hindi payag ang dating Pangulo?
No, Your Honor.
How about your appointment from 2011 to 2016? Station Commander po kayo ng Davao? At ito po hindi rin mangyayari kung hindi payag at walang conformity ang dating Pangulo. Sumasang-ayon po ba kayo?
Because it is a station commander position, it must be approved by the office of the mayor, Mr. Chair.
So you agree.
Yes, Mr.
And
I
your
made-
appointment in Santa Ana, Davao, this has to be with the conformity of the mayor as well. Tama po ba? Yes.
Maybe yes, yes.
And 2016, you were appointed as CIDG Director of Davao. No, January 2017. Ito po hindi rin mangyayari without the conformity of the former president. Do you agree?
I do not know, Your Honor.
And we have to remind the committee, Colonel Garma, that during this time, Pangulo na po ang dating presidente. He was elected 2016. So, the more reasons that we have to believe na mahirap pong magpa-appoint ng CIDG Director kung walang conformity ang dating Pangulo.
If you allow me to explain, Mr. Chair,
Can you just limit your answer to the question, Colonel?
I do not know if there's an intervention or what. I just
Okay.
received the order that I have to report to Region 7 as the Director of CIDG.
Thank you for your answer.
Your
We're
Honor.
taking your answer as it is. And 2018, kayo po'y na-appoint na City Director ng Cebu City.
Yes, Your Honor.
And based on my research, hindi po ito gusto ng mayor ng Cebu. And yet, you were appointed as Cebu City Director. Why?
The position was offered to me by General Sinas, Your Honor. And I thought that mas maganda, I will take the opportunity because very seldom po na ang babae sa PNP mabigyan po ng ganong posisyon at isang karangalan po na magsilbi as director ng isang syudad na malaki. So yun pong dahilan kung bakit ako napunta dyan because it was offered by General Sinas.
Thank you for your answer, Colonel. How about your appointment as PCSO General Manager?
I applied for the position, Mr. Chair.
Who was the appointing authority?
The President, Mr.
The
Chair.
President was the one who appointed you. At kanina po sinabi nyo na nag-retire kayo ng maaga.
Yes, Mr.
How
Chair.
early did you retire from the PNP to accommodate the appointment in PCSO?
I served the Philippine National Police for 24 years, Your Honor.
24 years. Tama po ba yung kwenta ko na 10 years before your retirement ay lumipat na po kayo ng PCSO?
10 years? Yes. Before
I'm
the
correct.
mandatory retirement, Mr. Chair.
Okay
Your
po.
Honor.
At kayo po ba'y sasang-ayon sa akin if I would say, nang inaral nyo nung kolehiyo, AB Mathematics, Leadership Course, and Public Safety, these are all alien to the function of being a PCSO General Manager. Malayo, di ho ba?
I don't agree, Mr. Chair.
We're taking your answer. Nonetheless, Mr. Chair, Colonel Garma, the reason why you were appointed for PCSO General Manager is because the President trusted you that you can discharge the function of this office. Tama po?
Possible, Mr. Chair.
Otherwise, hindi po kayo i-appoint kung hindi po kayo pinagtitiwalaan ng Presidente. Tama po ba?
It's possible, Mr. Chair.
And I wish to maintain my statement, Mr. Chair, na bago po ma-appoint ang isang opisyal ng PNP sa isang area of jurisdiction, as a general practice, we always consult the LCE or the local chief executive. In other words, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, I wish to state that the reason why almost the entire career in PNP of Colonel Garma was spent in Davao, the reason why he was appointed in Cebu City as City Director, and the reason why he was appointed as PCSO General Manager is because pinagtitiwalaan po siya ng ating dating Pangulo, former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. You need not answer this question, Colonel Garma. Tanong ko po sa inyo, Do you trust the former president in the same way that he trusted you? Pinagtitiwalaan nyo din po ba siya kung paano niya kayo pinagtitiwalaan?
Mr. Chair, can you, in what aspect, Mr. Chair? If I want that to be clarified. It's a
Siguro,
very
let
vague
us talk
question.
about your career in the PNP. Let us talk about your position as General Manager of PCSO. Kayo po'y pinagtiwalaan ng Pangulo dahilan kung bakit kayo naging matagumpay sa inyong career sa PNP. Kasama na po yung appointment nyo as PCSO General Manager. Ang maliwanag po, Colonel, malaki ang tiwala sa inyo ng dating Pangulo. You need not answer that. Ang tanong ko po sa inyo, kayo po ba nagtitiwala din kay Pangulong Duterte? Of course you do.
Of course, yes, ma'am. Yes,
Otherwise, hindi nyo po tatanggapin itong mga appointment na ito sa Davao, including your appointment as PCSO General Manager. At yung pong tiwala, yun po'y ina-earn. Tama po ba? And I must say, ito po'y nag-umpisa sa inyong paghanga sa kung anong mayroon sa Davao. You admired his leadership. Reason why you believe in the ability, capability of the former president. Tama po ba, Colonel Garma?
No, Mr. Chair.
Why? You don't believe the president?
I believe, but I don't admire.
You don't
Mr.
admire.
Chair.
Okay. Let me correct my terminology. You believe the president because you have seen what he has done already in Davao. Because you said earlier, livable and peaceful city ang Davao. And it is because of the leadership of then Mayor, the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Part of that.
Yes. And kasama po sa paniniwala nyo sa leadership, you also believe in his programs. Tama po ba?
Part of that, Mr. Chair.
Yes. In other words, kayo po'y naniniwala din sa ipinaglalaban niyang dapat supilin ang droga sa Pilipinas. Naniniwala po kayo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And naniniwala din po kayo na dapat mawala lahat ng mga drug lords at lahat ng mga sangkot dito sa dangerous drugs operation.
May I ask what
Naniniwala
it means?
din po kayo na dapat mawala lahat ng mga drug lords.
Hindi po yung term na mawala, Mr. Chair. I think justice should be served, but
Yes,
not mawala.
justice should be served.
Yes, Mr.
And
Chair.
in conclusion, Colonel Garma, naniniwala po kayo sa war against drugs.
I believe in the part ng program. Kasi po, if I can explain my answer, Mr. Chair,
Wait,
there's
ilang parte ho ba mayroon ang program ng war against drugs?
intense police operation and police community relation with intense police patrol, Mr. Chair. So,
So which part do you believe and which part you do not believe?
community relations and intense police patrol. Because
So you believe in both? Alin po yung sinasabi niyong naniniwala kayo sa isang parte? Aling parte ho ang hindi niyo pinapaniwalaan?
I am more focused on police patrol, Mr. Chair.
You believe in police patrol?
Intensified police patrol using the quad operations concept, Mr. Chair.
And the first part is?
Community relations.
You believe also in community relations?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
In other words, you believe in the entire package of the war against drugs. Tama po?
Of course, the quad concept of operation should work hand in hand,
I'm
Mr.
talking
Chair.
about the war on drugs in its entire context, the way it was launched by the Philippine National Police with the support of the former president. Naniniwala po ba kayo sa war on
Yes,
drugs?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, you do believe.
Yes.
And do you confirm, Colonel Garma, kanina po tinuro kayo ni Fortaleza, kaklase nyo daw siya.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
You belong to class 1997.
Yes, Your Honor.
How about Superintendent Padilla? Do you know him?
I've met him once, Mr. Chair.
You've met him once.
Yes,
Can you
Mr.
enlighten us? Saan nyo po ba nakilala si Superintendent Padilla?
Your Honor, I met him when I passed by at CIDG 11 sometime in 2016.
And can you tell us the reason why you passed by in CIDG 11 in 2016?
We are actually preparing for our thesis, and Your Honor, my subject is about the interagency response or on illegal drugs. So I have to pass by there, and I would like to get some documents for my research.
So it's about the thesis.
Yes.
The reason why you happened to see
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Superintendent
Yes, Your Honor.
Padilla.
Yes,
The
Your
reason
Honor.
why you were in CIDG 11 is because of thesis.
Yes, Your Honor.
But can you enlighten us, why was Superintendent Padilla there in the office? Was he part of the thesis?
I do not know, Your Honor, why he was there.
But you told us that you met him there. Ano pong dahilan nandun si Superintendent Padilla?
Nung po dumaan ako, Your Honor, it is, nasanay po ako sa courtesy to pass by the office of the head.
Who was the head during the time?
It was Colonel Leonardo.
So, can you again tell us what year is this and month if possible?
I think it's just July of 2016.
In
I'm
other
not
words,
very
you
sure, Your
confirm
Honor.
that one time in July of 2016, you happened to meet Superintendent Padilla and Colonel Leonardo. You confirm that? Yun na po yung sinabi nyo kanina. Nag-pass by kayo.
Yes, Your Honor. I
You
passed
confirm
by.
that?
Yes.
Yes. Kanina po you also admitted kaklase nyo si Fortaleza. Do you recall any incident na dinalaw nyo si Fortaleza sa Davao Penal Farm Colony?
Yes, Your Honor.
When was this?
I think it was also July of 2016, Your Honor.
July ulit. So yun pong pagkikita nyo kay Colonel Leonardo, it was because of your thesis.
Yes, Your Honor.
How about having called Fortaleza?
No, Your Honor.
Hindi nyo po tinawagan si Fortaleza?
Never po.
Okay. July 2016, na-meet nyo po si Superintendent Padilla at si Colonel Leonardo sa CIDG. And then July 2016, dinalaw nyo po ang kaklase nyo si Fortaleza. During that time, nakadetain siya sa Davao Penal Farm and Colony. Kasama nyo ang kaklase nyong si Grijaldo at ang dati nyong asawa si Colonel Villela.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nasaan po kayo
Mr.
during
Chair,
this time?
Pakiulit lang po yung sagot niya kanina na ang sabi niya, never na tinawagan niya si Jimmy Fortaleza. Never. Pakiulit nga po yung sagot niyo.
Can you please mention again, articulate again your answer to my earlier question? May naaalala po ba kayong pagkakataon na tinawagan nyo 2 beses si Fortaleza? 3 pa nga yata eh.
Wala pa ako
Mr. Chairman,
naalalang...
Mr. Chairman, before,
Yes.
just quick lang po, Mr. Chairman. Just to remind Colonel Garma, you're under oath.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
If we prove that indeed you're lying, we might cite you in contempt.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm about to wind up, Mr. Chair. During this time, July 2016 and August 2016, nasan po ang assignment ninyo, Colonel Garma?
I was undergoing schooling, so I don't have a unit or assignment, Your Honor.
Wala pa po kayong unit assignment.
Yes, wala pa akong office, wala po.
But considering that almost your entire career was spent in Davao, I think it is reasonable to believe na kahit papaano, alam nyo po yung mga nangyayari sa Davao. Somehow, yes. Yes or no?
Hindi ho lahat, Mr. Chair.
Some.
Your Honor.
Would you say yes?
Your Honor, hindi kasi ako mahilig lumabas, magkipag-socials.
Okay, let me
sometimes
be
I'm not
specific,
even
Colonel
updated,
Garma.
Except kung trabaho ko po yun, Mr.
Did
Chair.
you come across the killing of 3 Chinese nationals in Davao Penal Farm and Colony?
Of course, nabalita po narinig namin, yes.
Saan niyo po nabalita?
Hindi ko na po ma-recall, but napag-uusapan.
Sino pong kausap niyo sa usapan na sinasabi niyo?
Kahit sinong pulis po.
Kahit sinong
Kasi
pulis.
it's a
Can you
big
please name
case.
names? Sino po yung mga pulis na nakakausap nyo tungkol sa 3 Chinese nationals na napatay? 3 Chinese drug lords na napatay po sa Davao Penal Farm and Colony.
Wala, kahit sinong pulis na magsasabi na, may namatay na Chinese dun sa loob. Oh, really? Sino yun? Ganun lang po.
Sabi nyo
But I
po, ang
cannot
daming
recall.
pulis. Can you at least name names? Name a few of them. Na nakausap nyo at nagsabi sa inyong may napatay na 3 Chinese drug lords sa Davao Penal Farm.
During that time, I was undergoing schooling, Your Honor. So
Yes, but
probably mga
earlier you
classmates
said,
namin.
Colonel Garma, that you were aware because pinag-uusapan ninyong mga pulis. Now tell us, sino po yung mga pulis na nakausap nyo?
Hindi ko na po maalala, Mr.
Hindi nyo na po
Maraming
maalala.
pulis po. It's very impossible na hindi maging news po yan at hindi pwedeng pag-usapan, Mr. Chair.
Precisely, Colonel Garma.
Yes,
Maraming
ma'am.
salamat po. I am done for now, Mr. Chair.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Congresswoman Luistro. Yes,
Just
Congressman
quick lang,
Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, because when Colonel Padilla was asked to pinpoint Colonel Garma, hindi niya pa daw na-recognize. Then, nung second question, sabi niya daw nagbago ng mukha. Okay, ito, Mr. Chairman, I have a picture with Colonel Garma together with the President, Duterte. Old picture to Paki-ano lang po, paki-confirm na if indeed this is the picture. Ito yung Garma na kilala mo dati.
Comsec?
Kasi walang salamin yan. Hindi nakasalamin
Nakasalamin na ako.
Anyway, paki-confirm lang. Hindi ako, Comsec. Comsec dito, kay Colonel Padilla. Colonel, do you confirm na yan yung Padilla, yan yung Garma na nakita mo noon?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to confirm na indeed, nakita niya si Colonel Garma. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. So the next to interpolate is Congresswoman Pami Zamora. You're recognized.
Magandang araw, Mr. Chair. Ang aking mga tanong ay sa sentro. Lalo pa nating mapalalim ang ating pagkilala kay Colonel Garma. Hello, Colonel Garma. Hi, how are you? Gusto kong balikan how Colonel Garma rose from the ranks. Actually, let's go back to nung nasa PNPA siya. Ma'am, sinabi mo kanina na sinabi mo kay Kong Jinky na kayo nung mga kaklase nyo, dinalaw nyo si Jimmy Fortaleza. Tama ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. So, kino-confirm mo, una, nakaklase mo si Jimmy Fortaleza.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pangalawa, kino-confirm mo, nakaklase mo din yung iyong ex-husband na si Chief Inspector Roland Villela.
Yes, Your Honor.
At pangatlo, kino-confirm mo na naging kaklase mo rin si former Mandaluyong Police Chief Hector Grijaldo. Tama ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Sabi mo kay Congresswoman Luistro na napunta ka sa Davao sapagkat yung asawa mo ay taga Mindanao.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, that was your chosen destination because your husband was from there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Naintindihan natin yon. Ngayon, pangalawa, kailan kayo ikakasal ni Roland Villela? Kinasal.
October 18, 1998, Your Honor.
All right. And many news articles are going to say that you had encountered marital problems. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And there will be a news article that will say that when your husband encountered a scandal, and I quote, it says here, Garma stood by Villela and even asked then Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte not to banish her husband from the Davao region. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
All right, mali pala itong news article ko. Okay, so anong nangyari? There are many, if not countless articles about your husband stating na tama naman na pinagtanggol mo siya at nanindigan ka. Siyempre bilang asawa, pinaglaban mo yung spouse mo. Anong nangyari nun? Hindi mo ba siya inilapit kahit kanino?
No, Mr. Chair. Can I make a statement, Mr. Chair?
Can you just answer our question, please? Hindi mo ba siya... It's understandable that we stand by our spouses. Wala pong mali doon na yun po ang... Kung ang sagot niyo po ay oo, wala naman pong mali doon. Naiintindihan ko po yun completely. Asawa niyo po yun. So, nilapit niyo po ba ang problema ng asawa niyo sa kung kanino man, lalo't higit kay former Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte?
No, Your Honor.
Alright. So, hindi mo siya nilapit kahit kanino?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Ngayon, it would say here, sa iba namang news article, na the final straw that broke your marriage was another incident, which I will not mention. And sinasabi dito, kaya ka mapupunta din sa Manila. Kasi, kumbaga, naiskandalo na ang pamilya nyo. Tama po ba yun?
In 2004,
Oo.
Mr. Chair, hindi pa po nag-start yung scandal doon. It's more of, what do you call this? I have to have a space, Mr. Chair.
Oo, space. Naintindihan natin yan. Okay, go on.
And then, nung nasa Manila na po ako na-assign, I have to bring my special child, my only daughter. And since I am alone, I have to leave my daughter sa Cagayan with my mother who was during that time na-stroke, and my father who is nag-aalaga po ng special child na bunso namin kapatid. So I have to travel from Manila to Cagayan every 2 weeks just to check my daughter. So nakita ko po na mahirap po ang maging single mother. You have to commute every day from Bikutan to, na-hold up pa nga ako eh. Dahil dyan sa pag-commute ko araw-araw, my service firearm was nakuha pa ng hold-upper. And it was really very, very difficult for me. So sabi ko, I've decided na yung anak ko nahihirapan din and my parents, I decided to go back sa Davao and face yung marital problem ko, and that since nandun po yung conjugal house namin, I have to go back.
Alright.
So that's the very reason na kailangan ko bumalik. If I am alone during that time, I can make it in Manila. But since I have a daughter,
Because of your daughter.
na may special need po, at mas mababa po ang cost of living sa Davao, nandun po yung mga therapies. And I think, sabi ko, it would be best for my daughter if I will go back. Anyway, I can handle pa naman yung situation ng marriage ko. Yun po yung naging reason kung bakit bumalik po ako ng Davao. Wala na pong ibang rason, Mr. Chair.
Alright. Patungkol sa, I'm sorry to bring this up, ma'am. There's an article and it's and the title is very noteworthy. The title says, a second chance Villela, overcoming a colorful past starting out with a clean slate. Napakaraming kinukwento dito sa mga pinagdaanan ng iyong dating asawa, ma'am. Ang tanong ko, sino ang mga tumulong sa asawa mo na kahit sa dinami-dami niyang pinagdaanan, napakaraming kontrobersiya, ay na-appoint pa rin po siya sa Iloilo na maging chief ng Iloilo Police Provincial Office?
Mr. Chair, I think he earned that. Mr. Chair, kung makikita niyo yung kanyang service record, matalino po siya, marami pong training, very competent, nagtatrabaho po siya na maayos. So I think he earned that position, Mr. Chair.
All right. So you completely deny? Are you telling me you're completely denying that you went to and you sought the help of former Mayor Rodrigo Duterte to somehow help your husband?
Hindi po totoo yan, Your Honor.
So anong totoo? Wala kang ginawa para para matulungan yung asawa mo?
Wala po, Your Honor. He earned it, Your Honor.
He earned what?
Whatever po yung positions na nakuha niya, he earned it.
Despite having very scandalous cases?
I don't... kaya nga he earned it. He knows his way up, Mr. Chair.
He surely would know his way out. So hindi mo siya, ma'am, talaga tinulungan. Because countless articles, merong Rappler, iba't iba pa, nagsasabi dito na naging hingahan nyo ng sama ng loob nung panahon na yon si Mayor Duterte. And thus earning his trust.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ngayon, ma'am, mabalik po tayo. Nung first assignment nyo po, nabanggit nyo po ang first assignment nyo ay bilang, ano nga po ba ang first assignment nyo, ma'am, sa Davao?
I was the team leader of the anti-vice unit. No, my first assignment was I was the chief of the HRDD,
Alright.
Human Resource Doctrine Development under admin branch of Davao City Police Office. That was my first assignment po sa Davao City.
So all your stints in Davao are within the city? The city of Davao?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Saan-saan sa Davao ito?
When I was with CIDG 11, I was assigned at Davao del Sur as the provincial officer, team leader of CIDG, and then Davao Norte as a team leader of the provincial office of CIDG 11, Your Honor.
Alright. Alright. So, nung naging CIDG po kayo, sino po ang naging appointing officer nyo?
I cannot recall anymore, Your Honor, who issued the order. The order came from Camp Crame, Your Honor. I was relieved from Region 11, reassigned to CIDG, Your Honor.
Nung iba nyo pa pong appointments, sabi nyo Davao del Norte, ano pa po? Davao
del Sur, Your
Davao
Honor.
del Sur. Sino naman ho yung mga appointing officers nyo doon?
When I was assigned as team leader of CIDG Davao del Sur, it was signed by Colonel Mungao. And when I was assigned as team leader of CIDG Davao Norte, it was signed by our regional chief during that time was General Corpus, Your Honor.
All right. I'd like to move forward a little. And then there will be a time that in 2017 you will be assigned as the director ng CIDG ng Region 7. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And later on you'd become the director ng Cebu City Police Office.
Yes, Your Honor.
And kanina nabanggit ni Congresswoman Luistro that somehow hindi naman natutuwa sa inyo si Mayor Tommy Osmeña, and he was very, very vocal with his, how do I say it, dislike sa presensya nyo doon. Tama ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, if you were not Mayor Osmeña's choice, you're even quoted as saying na umabot kayo sa punto na nung unang buwan nyo sa posisyon, gusto nyo na po mag-resign. Ang tanong ko, what made you stay as the Chief of Cebu City Police?
Mr. Chair, I don't quit when a position was given to me, even in my most difficult time.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Sorry, pakiulit.
Your Honor, hindi po ako nagki-quit. Kung binigyan pa ako ng task na medyo na-challenge pa ako. The position was offered to me by General De Bolsinas. I have high regards and respect to him.
Yes.
So when the position was offered, sabi ko, okay sir, OIC lang po ako. Never po ako tinanggap as director. So until I retired, officer in charge lang po ako, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Alam mo, ma'am, saludo ko sa inyo kasi kahit hindi maganda yung relasyon nyo kay Mayor Osmeña, nagstay kayo kasi napakahirap yon para sa ating mga kapulisan na hindi sila gusto nung kanilang local chief executive. Napakahirap po makipag-coordinate, magtrabaho nang hindi ka talaga gusto at nagpapa-interview pa yung mayor ng kanyang dislike sa inyo. Kaya napakahusay nyo po. Ang tanong ko, ma'am, nung panahon na po yun na nasa Cebu ka, sino-sino po ang mga sumusuporta sa mga programa nyo noon sa Cebu? Total, the mayor wasn't cooperative with you.
Yeah. Our regional director, who was General De Bolsinas.
Si De Bolsinas yung naging SPD nung una, naging NCRPO?
Yes, and there was, yes, Your Honor.
Oo, tama.
Yes, Your Honor.
Naging PNP chief ba? Naging chief PNP rin, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then, ma'am, ang tanong ko, there is another Rappler article about you. And the title, let's just base it on the title. The title says, Cebu City Police Chief Royina Garma, Mayors Hated, Duterte's Trusted. May I ask you, why would the article give such a bold title? Bakit po kaya kayo ang pinapangalan ng trusted ng ating Pangulong Duterte?
I do not know, Your Honor.
It's impossible that you don't know the answer to that question. Bihira po mabanggit na ang isang tao ay ganun-ganun na lang ang pagtitiwala at ganun na lang ang sinasabi sa mga news articles about you. Na the news articles specifically say na kung ano man ang galit sa inyo ng mayor ng Cebu City nung time na yon, gano'n na lang talaga ang tiwala sa inyo ng Pangulo. Kaya ka nagstay doon. Bakit po kaya, ma'am?
Mr. Chair, I do not know why that writer wrote those articles, Mr. Chair.
Ang dami palang mali na na-google ko, ano? Alright. But my question would be, Cebu City is a very important place in the country. It's like napakahalagang lugar, napakalaking lugar. Bakit po kaya kayo ang nilagay doon? Sa dinami-dami po ng kakilala ng Pangulo, sa kakilala ng lahat, bakit po kayo ang nilagay doon?
Mr. Chair,
hindi niyo pa rin po ba alam, ma'am?
Mr. Chair, the position was offered to me by General Sinas, Mr. Chair.
Bakit po kaya?
That I do not know, Mr. Chair.
Wala bang ibang choice, ma'am? Di ba usually, ang pagkakaalam ko, binibigyan ng choice ang mayor. Siguro listahan ng 3, listahan ng 5 para nakakapili ang mayor.
That I do not know the wisdom of General Sinas during that time, Mr. Chair.
Siguro based sa performance nyo, Colonel Goyina, napakagaling nyo para kayo ang ilagay na director ng Cebu City. Oo, kahit na ayaw sa inyo ng mayor, kayo pa rin at nagstay po kayo. Ngayon mag-fast forward po tayo nung napunta po kayo sa PCSO. Sinasabi niyo po na nag-apply po kayo sa PCSO. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit po kayo nag-apply sa PCSO?
Mr. Chair, during that time, way back 2017 po, prior to that, my daughter was diagnosed with dyslexia, bipolar po siya.
Okay.
And nagkaroon po ng problema sa school. I was the regional chief of CIDG 2017, that was August. Nakaproblema po siya, I have to pull her out from school.
Alright.
Na homeschool po siya, dinala ko po siya sa CIDG para maalagaan ko po siya. Kasi hindi ko siya pwedeng iwan sa father ko, he's old already. And my brother is a special child. It is too much for my father, who is 75 years old. So I have to bring my daughter with me sa CIDG. And doon po kami natutulog and everything na po sa dilapidated building po ng CIDG.
Yes, oo.
So I realized that which is better, my career or my daughter. So sabi ko, option ko yung daughter ko, sabi ko. So during that time, nag-iisip na po ako to leave the service and maybe find a less demanding job. Kasi very demanding po ang police work.
Alright, ma'am. Naiintindihan po kita. I mean, everyone has, naiintindihan natin yan na, you had to take care of your family. But of all agencies, bakit po PCSO yung napili nyong applyan? Napakarami naman pong ibang pwede nyong applyan na trabaho. Bakit po PCSO? And hindi po ba kayo, tulad ng sinabi ng iba, na nanghinayang dun sa tenure nyo?
Actually, Mr. Chair, during that time, there are already news about the allegation of corruption sa PCSO. So nung babasa po ako ng article, sabi ko, tignan ko nga ang charter, inaral ko po ang charter ng PCSO. So nakita ko, dalawa lang ang primary work ng PCSO. That is lottery and charity. Sabi ko, kaya ko gawin ito. Second, the only law that I should master is anti-illegal gambling law. So sabi ko, kaya ko gawin ito. So naisip ko, kaysa papasok po ako sa ibang work that is law enforcement related, hindi ko naman maalagaan ng anak ko. Kailangan na naman po niya ng aking panahon. Wala po kaming Pasko, wala kaming New Year and everything. So sabi
Alright.
ko,
So,
I think I can do this.
nag-apply? Paano po kayo nag-apply sa PCSO?
I submitted my letter.
Paano po ba yun? Kasi I'm very curious. I'm sincerely curious how one applies. Do you give a letter? Do you give your, ano bang tawag doon? Personal data sheet? And where do you go?
I submitted my application.
Where?
To
whom?
To now Senator Bongo.
To Senator Bongo.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. I wrote a letter addressed to the President applying for the position.
So personal niyo pong kakilala si Senator Bongo or lumapit lang po ba kayo?
Lahat po ng pulis sa Davao kilala po si Senator Bongo.
So kilala niyo po si Ako din naman po, kakilala ko si Senator
Yes,
Bongo.
Mr. Chair. Wala pong pulis hindi nakakakilala sa kanya, lalo na po officers, Mr. Chair.
Alright, so lumapit po kayo kay Senator Bongo at sinabi niyo, was he senator this time or he was still SAP?
I think is still the staff of the President.
Nung special assistant pa siya. Alright, so anong sabi sa'yo ni Senator Bongo?
Babasahin daw ni President.
Babasahin ni President and obviously nabasa niya kasi ikaw ang napiling general manager. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yes, Your Honor.
And were there any specific orders nung naging general manager na po kayo ng PCSO?
Yes.
Were you on your own? How did that go?
The instruction is tulungan ko lahat ng mahihirap despite ko anong political color, kailangan pantay ang trato.
And those instructions came from who?
The President, Mr. Chair.
So, did you have a meeting with the President?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kami sa PCSO with the board, we have a meeting.
You have a
Mr.
meeting
Chair.
with the President. Because the PCSO is under direct supervision ba ng anong ahensya?
We are under the office of the President.
You are under the office of the President. All right, Mr. Chair. I believe I've established a lot of from the various positions held by Colonel Garma, and I look forward to learning more during this hearing about the actual depth and intricacies of her relationships with the numerous resource persons who have mentioned her in the countless hearings. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I yield to the next
Mr. Chair.
interpolator.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Congresswoman Pami.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Akop, Chair. Akop.
2 points regarding the questions raised by the Honorable Zamora. Number 1, Madam Garma, nagkaroon ba ng kaso yung iyong asawa?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano po yung kaso niya?
Mr. Chair,
Please reply.
it's not my case, Mr. Chair. It's his case.
Asawa mo siya eh. Di alam mo dapat. Ano yung naging kaso niya?
Rape, Mr. Chair.
Ano po?
I think it's rape,
Rape.
Mr. Chair.
And because of that, dapat ma-dismiss siya sa serbisyo?
If found guilty, Mr. Chair?
Was he dismissed from the service because of that case?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Hindi ka humingi ng tulong kasi ang tanong ni Honorable Luistro at si Honorable Zamora kung humingi ka ng tulong eh. Ang sagot mo, hindi. So you never asked help?
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Can I explain further, Mr. Chair?
Chairman.
Mr. Chair?
Please limit your answer on the question
Yes.
and the query of the
Yes.
interpolator,
Yes.
since the question is on that issue.
Yes,
So
Mr. Chair.
you are
Yeah.
not allowed to explore it anymore because that was already satisfied.
Okay,
Your
Mr.
answer already satisfied the
Yes,
question
Mr.
of
Chair.
Congressman Akop. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So you never asked help from anybody
No, Mr.
regarding
Chair.
the case of your husband?
No, Mr. Chair.
And that was the reason why your marriage was annulled? According to reports na annulled
No.
yung marriage nyo.
That's not the main reason why I
That's not the
filed
main
for
reason,
annulment,
okay.
Mr. Chair.
I will
But
not
it is
venture
one of
anymore.
the reasons, Mr. Chair.
Now, when did you retire, optionally retire from the service?
June of 2019, Your Honor.
And when did you get appointed to the PCSO?
July 15, I think July 15, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Of 2019 also?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, ako, bilang kwan, napakabilis. Kare-retire mo lang ng June. Anong date ba sa June nung nag-retire ka?
Hindi ko na maalala. I cannot recall. I think it's 15, Your Honor, of June. I'm not sure, Mr. Chair, but it's the same year, Mr. Chair. It's
Kasi,
June of 2019.
Kung titignan po natin, Madam Garma, napaka-iksi yung kwan eh. Yung period when you optionally retired and when you got appointed to the PCSO. Para bang sinadya. Nag-retire ka optionally to get the post of General Manager of PCSO. Yun lang po yung tinutumbok ng mga katanungan. And this representation, I think, would also believe that na ikaw ay nag-optional retirement because you knew for a fact that you can get the position of the PCSO. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. The next to interpolate is Congressman Johnny Pimentel. You are recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I would like to direct my question to Colonel Ruyen Garma. Magandang umaga po, Colonel. Originally, you're for Cagayan, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Saan po kayo nakatira ngayon?
Davao City, Your Honor.
So, kailan po kayo nag-settle doon sa Davao City?
When I got married in 1998, Your Honor.
So, in 1998, that would be right after your graduation sa PNPA. Ano ang nickname ninyo? Anong tawag ho sa inyo?
Yin po, Your Honor.
Yin.
Yin.
Okay, Yin. It was already asked earlier that you went to school at PNPA and then you graduated 1997, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
At dito mo nakilala yung PDL na si Jimmy Fortaleza.
Yes,
Hindi
Your
po
Honor.
ba? Dito rin din po nakilala yung husband mo, si Chief Inspector Roland Villela, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Dito rin nakilala niyo po si Colonel Hector Grijaldo.
Yes, Your Honor.
In short, ito po ang naging close mo na friends, including Jimmy Fortaleza, hindi po ba? Doon sa PNPA.
Your
Kasi
Honor.
binanggit po nyo kanina, bumisita kayo, kayong 5, dapat bibisita kayo ng July 2016 kay Jimmy Fortaleza, eventually 3 na lang po kayo. So in short, doon sa PNPA, nagkakaibigan talaga kayo. The fact na binisita po ninyo si Jimmy Fortaleza, hindi po ba?
Magkakakilala, but not close. The term is,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Now, when you graduated in 1997, you were made to choose on what regions or what region you'd like to be assigned. And pinili po ninyo Davao, di po ba?
Region 11
Region
was
11.
my first option, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, first option. Region 11, the headquarters of Region 11 is Police Regional Office is in Davao City. And I've seen that you have been in PNP service for the past or for 24 years, hindi po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, out of 24 years, would you say mga 70 to 80% na-assign po kayo sa Davao?
Yes.
Karamihan po, tinignan ko yung record ninyo, karamihan po ng assignment nyo sa Davao eh.
Yes,
You were
Mr.
briefly assigned in 2004 to 2007 as CIDG officer. Then in 2019, napunta ho kayo ng Cebu City, hindi po ba?
Yes, Mr.
Anong
Chair.
year po yun nung napunta po kayo sa Cebu City? Anong year? 2019 nung na-assign po kayo?
2018 to 2019, yun,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Now, under the local government code, it is very clear that the local chief executive, in this case whether the mayor or the governor, will have to choose from the PNP dun sa listahan nila 3 names na gagawin nilang chief of police o provincial director. But in this case, I understand that that was not followed because even at the objection of Mayor Tommy Osmeña, nilagay ka pa rin ni Devolve Sinas o Sinas ba yun as chief of police. In short, hindi pinalo yung protocol, hindi po ba?
I do not know, Your Honor. I just received the orders, so I just assumed the
Because
post city director.
according to
Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, according to newspaper reports, you were not in good terms with Mayor Tommy Osmeña. Kaya nag-object siya doon sa pagkalagay mo doon. Pero it doesn't matter whether it was divulged in us or whether it was approved. But the fact remains that when you were assigned in Cebu City, you had a relationship that is not really, in short, very cooperative with Mayor Tommy Osmeña. Dahil maraming mga pinalabas na mga newspaper reports regarding your relationship. In fact, ito po, this was taken from one of the newspaper. Cebu City Police Chief, Rini Garma, Mayor's Tommy Osmeña's hated but Duterte's trusted. So alam po yun, doon talaga sa buong Cebu City that Tommy Osmeña did not really like you as the chief of police. Bakit po hindi maganda ang relasyon ninyo ni Tommy Osmeña po?
Mr. Chair, nung first 1 week ko pa lang na-assign as city director, I was OIC, marami na po ako nakitang hindi tamang nangyayari sa Cebu City Police Office. One example is yung pag-dispatch po ng SWAT team ginagawang patrol. Pinapapatrol sa gabi, and I have no control over SWAT team of Cebu City Police Office because it is the command center of the LGU that dispatches them anytime at their, kung gusto lang po nila. So dun po, nakita ko na there's something wrong. This is not correct. So I made a memo or instruction from now on. This is special weapons unit, kasi highly specialized po to eh. Hindi dapat dinidispatch as patrollers.
Mr. Chair, is that the only reason? Yung pag-dispatch ng SWAT, yung pinag-aawayan ninyo ni Mayor Tommy Osmeña?
Isa po yan sa pinakamalaki po. Sa tingin ko lang po, Mr. Chair.
Hindi kaya Yin or Colonel Garma, ang pinakakalaking issue ninyo is because of the extrajudicial killings that happened when you were the Chief of Police of Cebu City? Could that be the reason why Mayor Tommy Osmeña does not like you? Because when you were assigned in Cebu City, there were many extrajudicial killings that happened. Babasahin ko po, Mr. Chair. Ayon din po kay dating Cebu City Mayor Osmeña, this is according to newspaper reports, na naging out of control daw po ang extrajudicial killings noong si Colonel Ruyina Garba na po ang umupo bilang director ng Cebu City Police Office. In fact, Mayor Tommy Osmeña condemned the extrajudicial killings at saka he is adamant that nangyari po itong mga extrajudicial killings nung kayo na po ang naging Chief of Police. Hindi po ba?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, Colonel Garma, kilala niyo ho ba itong si Yong Huli?
No, Your Honor.
To refresh your memory, Colonel Garma, itong si Yong Huli was a suspected drug lord in Cebu City. Siya po ay pinatay ng 4 unidentified gunmen sa loob ng isang motel nung kayo po ay city director. Habang kayo po ay city director. Colonel Garma, kilala niyo po ba itong si Junko Humada? Naalala niyo po ba ito? Junko Hamada.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, to refresh the memory of Colonel Garma, since he was the Chief of Police of Cebu City at that time, si Junko Hamada ay isang foreign national na napatay po ng mga PNP operations under your watch against illegal drugs nung kayo po ay director ng Cebu City. Hindi niyo po ba natatandaan itong mga insidente na ito?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, kanina po tinanong ni Congresswoman Pami Zamora, why of all the policemen na karami-rami sa buong Pilipinas, bakit po pinili ni Devolve Sinas si Colonel Garma? Meron po akong sagot dyan, Mr. Chair. And this is only my opinion, but based on the newspaper reports, based on the statements of Mayor Tommy Osmeña, lumalabas po, dumami yung extrajudicial killings nung si Colonel Ruyina Garma ay nandoon sa Cebu City. In short, kaya po pinili si Ruyina Garma ni General Devolve Sinas para gamitin po si Colonel Garma ni Devolve Sinas para sa extrajudicial killings against illegal drugs. In short, ginamit po si Colonel Garma ni Devolve Sinas para sa war against drugs. Ngayon, dito po tayo sa nangyari sa Dapicol. Kilala niyo po ba si SPO4 Arthur Narsoles?
Yes, Your Honor.
Paano niyo nakilala si SPO4 na Art Narsoles?
Nakilala ko po sa IDG when I was assigned way back 2005.
Hanggang kailan po?
Until 2008, Your Honor.
After 2008, wala na ho kayong contact ni SPO4 Art Narsoles?
Meron, Your Honor.
So kailan yung nag-contact uli kayo? Kasi sinasabi ho lang niya 2005 to 2008. Or talagang kaibigan niyo si Art Narsoles and from time to time nagkikita kayo, nag-uusap kayo, nagtatawagan po kayo. So in short, since the time that you met Art Narsoles, he has become your close friend, hindi po ba?
No, Your Honor.
Saan po naka-assign si SPO4 na Art Narsoles?
CIDG 11, Your Honor.
CIDG 11. Under the command of then Colonel Edelberto Leonardo, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
At that time, kayo po ay Chief of Police ng Santa Ana or Sasa Police Station? You were assigned in Davao City between 2011 to 2016 in different capacities.
Yes,
Hindi
Your
po ba?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
So si Art Narsoles was assigned in CIDG po during that time also, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kayo po ba, Colonel Garma, na-assign po kayo sa CIDG sa Davao City?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, you were assigned in Davao City. Kasi
Yes.
kanina hindi ho klaro yun eh. Anong year po na-assign po kayo sa CIDG ng Davao City?
I think that was, Your Honor, that was 2005, maybe July or of 2005 until 2008, Your Honor.
So in the year 2016, you were never assigned sa CIDG, Colonel Garma?
2016, no, Your Honor.
2016,
No, Your Honor.
were you never assigned
Never, Your
in
Honor.
CIDG
Never, Your Honor.
of Davao City?
Never, Your Honor.
Never, okay. Colonel Leonardo, kilala ho nyo ba si Colonel Garma?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Madalas ho kayo magkita?
Nung araw po, Mr. Chair, madalas kami.
Bumibisita din po siya sa CIDG station, sa opisina nyo, hindi po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair, mayroon po mga panahon.
So you really know Colonel Garma?
Yes, sir.
Is she
Mr.
involved in the operations of the CIDG?
CIDG when I cannot recall of any instance that
Mr. Chair, may I
Mr.
remind
Chairman.
the legal counsel not to quote, kasi very important ito, very crucial to eh. There are corroborative statements of the different resource persons and we want to establish the link of these personalities. Colonel Leonardo, sabi niyo noon, kilala ho niyo si Colonel Garma. Tapos madalas ho si Colonel Garma sa CIDG station, hindi po ba?
nagpupunta po siya, Mr. Chair.
Bakit? Ano hong pakay niya, Colonel Garma? Colonel Leonardo. O Commissioner rather, Leonardo.
Mr. Chair, magkakakilala po kami, Mr. Chair.
So from time to time, bumibisita po siya sa CIDG station.
May mga instances na
Was this a
natatandaan.
personal visit or more an official visit? There were concerns regarding operations of the CIDG or there were orders from higher ups? O ano hong pinag-uusapan niyo pag bumibisita po si Colonel Garma?
Meet and greet lang po, Mr. Chair. Kasi po, nasa isang compound po kami before sa Davao City Police Office. Isang compound lang po yon, nandun sa
So in
Gambang
short,
City.
dahil pero kayo po ay mga police, kayo po ay mga operatives, hindi po maiwasan natin na nag-uusap-usap din po kayo ng mga operations, hindi po ba? Ano yun? That is
Possibly,
peer-
Mr. Chair.
That is peer group, hindi po ba? Kung ang mga kapulisan, ang pinag-uusapan ng operation, mga congressman, pinag-uusapan, anong batas ang gagawin? O kung usually ganyan yan po nangyayari. So may pagkakataon na pinag-uusapan noon ninyong operations, hindi po ba?
Wala po kasi akong matandaan, Mr. Chair, na nakapag-usap ako tungkol
Okay,
sa
anyway,
operation,
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Inamin na ho kanina ni Colonel Garma that there was a time in July of 2016 pumunta siya doon sa opisina mo, nandun po kayo, nandun po din bumisita si Colonel Padilla. Hindi po ba?
Pasensya na po, Mr. Chair. Hindi ko po matandaan yung instance na kami nagkita ni
Commissioner Leonardo,
Colonel
remember
Padilla.
that you're under oath.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Hindi ko po
There are
matandaan
two
po.
persons here testifying that you had a meeting in CIDG against only you. And yung isa sinumpaang salaysay pa. And kanina si Colonel Garma sinabi, indeed, she was there, kayong tatlo. Ito, na lang ang pag-usapan natin. The fact remains na doon sa CIDG, Davao Station, nagkasama-sama kayong tatlo. Yung pong sinabi ni Colonel Padilla, yun din pong sinabi ni Colonel Garma, Colonel Leonardo, o Commissioner Leonardo rather.
Mr. Chair, ang totoo po, wala po talaga akong matandaan na instance that we, together with two of them,
Totoo po ba yun, Colonel Garma? Sabi nyo kanina, it's on record, Mr. Chair, that Colonel Garma stated that she went to the office of Commissioner Leonardo in the presence of Colonel Padilla. And it is on record. Colonel Garma, sino po talaga nagsasabi ng totoo nito?
Mr. Chairman, can I interject?
With the indulgence of Congressman
Yes, yes.
Pimentel,
Of course.
SDS Gonzales, you are recognized.
Mr. Chairman, based on the affidavit of second supplemental affidavit of Superintendent Gerardo Padilla, pwede nyo bang basahin itong number 5 na salaysay nyo? Comsec, pakibigay lang po para yung tanong ni Congressman Pimentel malinawan. Thank you po.
Excuse me, may I know who that gentleman is behind Colonel Leonardo?
Mr. Chair, for the information of this honorable committee, Mr. Chair, we have sent an email stating that I'll be attending with my counsel, Mr. Chair.
So he is your counsel.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you please enter your appearance before this committee, and please be advised that you're only limited to advising your client his rights, not to coach your client. Please enter your appearance, Attorney.
Good morning, Your Honors. Respectfully entering my appearance as counsel for Commissioner Leonardo, I'm Attorney Aguinaldo Sepner, Your Honor, from Scott Law Firm and Associates.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed, Congressman Gonzales.
Yes, binigay ko po yung salaysay kay Comsec para basahin po ni Chief Superintendent Padilla, yung number 5.
In number 5, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, bago mangyari ang pagpatay,
Pwede pakilakas lang po, Colonel Padilla.
bago mangyari ang pagpatay sa tatlong Chinese drug personalities, nakadetain sa nasabing piitan ay tinawagan ako ni Colonel Edelberto Leonardo at sinabi na pumunta ako sa Davao CIDG station. Pagdating ko sa station ay nandoon na si Colonel Garma. Kinausap ako ni Colonel Leonardo ang mga 30 minutes at sinabi na papatayin na namin ang tatlong Chinese na nandoon sa Davao Prison and Penal Farm. Mag-cooperate ka na lang habang kami ay nag-uusap, ay pinangakuan niya ako ng promotion.
Thank you, Colonel Padilla. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Congressman Pimentel. Yun po, pinabasa ko lang po.
Mr. Chair, doon na nga tayo pinatatunguhan. Very important itong meeting na nangyari ng July 2016 wherein Colonel Garma and Colonel Leonardo and Colonel Padilla were present. Dahil dito na po nagawa ang plano istitahiya para patayin po yung tatlong Chinese prisoners. And that is why somebody is lying here, Mr. Chair. Ulitin ko po, Colonel Leonardo. Ito, binasa na po ni Colonel Padilla yung sinumpaang salaysay niya na nagkita po talaga kayo doon sa opisina. Pinatunayan po ni Colonel Garma, although iba ang version niya, pero the fact remains na pinatunayan niya na nagkita kayong tatlo doon sa opisina mo. Commissioner Leonardo, tanungin ko po kayo, totoo po ba na nagkita-kita kayo doon?
Mr. Chair, gaya po na sinabi ko, hindi ko po matandaan na nagkita-kita kami tatlo doon po. Pero si Colonel Garma, may mga instances na natanda ko nagkita po kami, Mr. Chair.
So, are you denying that Colonel Padilla was never in your office?
Mr. Chair, hindi ko nga po siya kilala, Mr. Chair.
Sige.
Totoo lang po.
Punta muna tayo dito sa pagbisita ni Colonel Garma. Sinabi po ninyo kanina, Colonel Garma, based on your statement, Mr. Chair, na bumisita po kayo kay Jimmy Fortaleza, nakaklase po ninyo sa PNPA. Dapat po 5 kayo ang bibisita, pero ang nangyari 3 na lang po kayo, hindi po ba? Si Colonel Villela, kayo at saka si Colonel Grijaldo ba yun?
Yes, Mr.
Oh.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was sometime in July 2016, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, nung binisita po ninyo si Jimmy Fortaleza, ano ho bang pinapag-usapan ninyo?
Kahit ano lang po, Mr. Chair. Naalala namin yung cadetship namin, mga kung ano-ano lang po. Random.
After meeting with Jimmy Fortaleza in July 2016, nakita po ba kayo uli?
No, Your Honor.
Tinawagan mo ba siya?
No, Your Honor.
Babasahin ko lang po yung sinumpaang salaysay ni Jimmy Fortaleza. Nung bumisita si Colonel Garma, ito po ay very clear na bumisita kayo, hindi po ba inaamin nyo yun?
Yes,
Ang kasama nyo si Colonel Villela and Grijaldo. Ito, sa number 4, nung bumisita po kayo, tinanong nyo nasaan na yung 3 Chinese na inakasuhan ng illegal drugs. Hindi po ba?
No, Your Honor.
Jimmy, dito ka naman, hindi Mr. Chair, dito si Jimmy. Sinumpaang salaysay mo to. Pwede kang kasuhan ng perjury nito. Sinasabi mo rito, nung bumisita si Colonel Garma, ay tinanong ka, merong operasyon dito at nasaan itong mga Chinese prisoners. Hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
At sinabihan ka rin niya na meron silang operation. Hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then sometime nung August 8, 2016, Mr. Chair, or prior to August 8, 2016, Mr. Chair, tinawagan ka ni Colonel Garma at kinausap ka at inutusan ka na sabihin, kakausapin niya si Colonel Padilla. Hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
At pagkatapos ng tawag na yon, pumunta ka kay Colonel Padilla at binigay mo yung cellphone, tapos nag-usap po sila. Nandun ka nung nag-usap sila sa telepono ni Colonel Garma. Hindi
Yes,
po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ngayon, ano ba ang pinag-usapan ninyo, Colonel Garma, nung tumawag ka kay Colonel Padilla?
Hindi po ako tumawag sa kanya, Mr. Chair. Your Honor.
Colonel Padilla, sinumpaan salaysay ho ninyo ito. 2 affidavit po na sinabit ninyo na dito sa paragraph 5. Tumawag po sa inyo si Colonel Garma at ito po ang sinabi ni Colonel Garma. May mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at huwag mo na questionin, and whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay pa pamilya mo. In short, you were already giving instructions to Colonel Padilla na merong ang operasyon yon. What we mean by operation, tinanong ko na si Colonel Padilla niya nung huling hearing, papatayin niya yung tatlong Chinese prisoner. Ngayon, after nung nag-usap na kayo ni Colonel Padilla at ni Colonel Garma, doon na pinatawag ni Colonel Leonardo si Colonel Padilla at doon na kayo nagkita doon sa CIDG station na kung saan sinabi din ni Commissioner Leonardo, Colonel Padilla, huwag ka nang makialam, meron kaming operation dyan. Hindi po ba?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, sa insidenteng ito po, it has all the footprints, fingerprints, quote-unquote, so to say, of Colonel Garma. Actually, Colonel Garma, lahat ng utos, even to